so I thought he heard crunching and splashing sounds down at the pool. He alerts the company and then climbs a tree to get a better look.
Well, my plan was to go through the tree tops, but
and that
the GM War Master told me that
it didn't work. Poppy, armed with her bow, walks down toward the pool and peeks around the tree at the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what happened next?
Yep.
Okay. She sees the face of a troll looking up at her from the water.
Yep.
Chewing on it.
She's in the water.
Lunges at her out of the water. She fires an arrow, which inflicts piercing damage, then runs as the troll misses her with its club.
Yep.
Grimberald lights a lantern and runs down with it. Balin is still back at the camp, quickly trying to carve broken spells in the ivory box to protect the contents, but fails.
I was shadowing the hobbit, and that's why I'm there.
That's how you got down there. Lyndon runs towards the troll on one side of the tree as Poppy puts some distance between it and her. Lyndon fights with the troll. I couldn't remember the details on that. And then Grimberald puts down the lantern to illuminate the battle scene, then runs around the tree to attack the troll from the other
that's
side.
right. And that's where that little orange spot is right there.
Yes.
Good, good.
It's a bit slippery, but he makes a successful attempt to keep his footing. But Bjorning swings his splitting axe at the troll. Brian rolls an automatic success on the feat die, so it's a Gandalf rune plus 6 plus 6 plus 1. He seems to do a great deal of damage to be determined next
time. Did I already go for this combat round?
I think that was the end of that combat round. So.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I was anticipating the next combat
I think it's the troll's turn next.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Let's be fair to him, after all.
What?
Let the troll be
Yeah,
fair.
we ended at the end of that round.
The cliffhanger, my nails.
So you left Esgaroth
Watching
3
it
days ago?
play, and
It's only been 3 days, huh?
the person doing it paused, ended the video right as she was hanging on the cliff.
I'm not sure that's right.
There is a Let's Play Eve online, by the way.
Yeah.
I wanted to
The
tell
top
you.
comment
maybe
said,
it is.
I think you took the
Cliffhanger.
including your too literal.
It was 1 day to the falls.
Oh.
Second day to the edge of the woods and the marsh.
Mm-hmm.
And
What's
the
the
third
third
day
day?
is when, okay, yeah, this is the third.
We're at
It'll
the,
be the fourth after when the day starts.
we're at their last known campsite.
Mm-hmm.
And you did a corruption test
They did not actually see.
right before we got back in the boat on the third day. So it was like in the morning of the third day.
And I think I resisted that one.
I failed.
Shadow points for Lyndon and Grimberald.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I failed.
Yep.
There were 2 corruption tests. I
Oh, that's
failed
right.
one
We did a
and
corruption
resisted.
test when we actually. That's right. In the evening, when we found the ivory box.
Oh, that was a greed thing.
Yeah,
I
it was a
resisted
test.
it.
Yeah.
Galen failed miserably, as I recall.
I didn't think he wanted to succeed, actually.
Oh, I
Wanted
did.
to fail.
You don't need to fail.
I'm only greedy about things that make me selfish.
Go for it.
Teacher, yeah, fires my chief.
Yeah. Is this your pencil?
No, I have one. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
It's very kind of you.
I'm not very kind this kind.
Oh, okay.
So Brad has, so
Let's not be superlative here.
Fairland has the spear, and Ahir has the long axe. The axe, whatever, yeah. And my axe. Mm-hmm.
Oh, your axe has blood on it.
I'm not sure really that this works because don't you think that
Okay, so
That-
like
the
5
weight-
axes.
the upper body weight would make him fall forward?
It does make him fall over. That's why his arms are over his head.
Really?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes. He was not
Trivia.
known for
Why did
bipedal.
trolls walk around like this? Because they fall over otherwise.
I'd like to point out that troll's arms are hollowed out.
Or what?
And he's still not stable.
Not to mention he's a Lego, but never mind.
Yeah.
We won't hold that against him.
He's got a hollow leg. Explain
Oh,
it.
that's the troll from the Lego set? Oh, that's wonderful.
That
You look
explains why
over
he's
that
got it.
point.
I'm so glad that game came in useful.
Apparently he has attachment points for something.
Mm-hmm.
You could put a laser turret there.
Yeah,
You
with
can
Lego
put one
being
inside him for everybody to
helping.
say.
Mm.
On the Lego surface.
I have a dinosaur or a dino. Basically.
Dino laser.
Did you say Dino Cannon?
No, he has a dino laser.
Listen to the colorful description. A troll club can be anything, from a stout branch ripped from a tree to a body part torn from a fallen enemy. Weaponless trolls use their weight and strength to pound relentlessly upon their enemies.
That sounds uncomfortable. I don't want
Basically, a big playground bully on steroids.
Really big. Yeah, on lots of
Actually, I
shadow.
think he's on stone. I think he's stone.
To be honest, I'm still having nightmares about the troll we had to fight last summer. Your ruthless campaign that you put us on. There we were in Mirkwood trying to save hapless hobbits,
Mm-hmm.
and all I remember is being in the forest.
Right, I remember the spiders.
No, remember the one where we were inside this like grove of trees, and there was this troll.
Oh yeah, yeah,
He
trying
was
to
throwing
get to
rocks.
you.
He was putting
Trying
his
to get
arm
to
through,
you.
trying to get us.
Yeah, you're all
And then
alone.
he was like throwing. Then he went away. Kind of like luring us to think
yeah,
so.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And then
boulders like this big
boulders. Getting to sleep was a little difficult after that.
Really?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
Anything your character.
Yeah, right.
We had a Cthulhu session a few years ago that everybody got pretty.
Freaked out.
Down, yeah.
Not you, of course not you.
I barely played Cthulhu with you guys.
You remember that? Do you remember that, Katie, at all? The Cthulhu session with the house that imploded on itself and everything, the tendrils coming out trying to grab everybody.
Vaguely.
You were, I think, a reporter or something
Yeah,
like that.
vaguely.
I wasn't there.
A guy like that should not be named Lovecraft. I'm sorry.
Well, it was
Like
it
Fearcraft,
was a pen
maybe?
name. It was a pen
Oh, okay.
name.
This
It's not
is
his
really-
actual name. I forget. It's in all the biographies. I just
Well,
always
something
forget.
about it.
It was just just
Legal
average.
I was never in that campaign, Dad.
Were you?
I was never in that campaign.
Sure, it wasn't Jack the Ripper.
All right. So it is the new round. Timing wise, what time of night was this when you encountered
This was the second 2-hour watch.
second,
It was towards the end.
the second
the
2
shifts
hours? So
were-
it was Lyndon's shift.
Yeah, we went Ahir for an hour, Grimberald for 2 hours, Erland for
Yep.
1 hour,
Balin.
Balin for
Then Lyndon.
1 hour, then Linden, and it's
And it
the
was on
second hour of
Lyndon's-
his watch,
His shift. Okay, so
which leaves 1 hour left for Poppy, and that's it.
and actually that's darn close to morning.
Very close. Depending upon how long this little
Mm-hmm.
part has taken.
Can I hear hobbits
Not
chirping
long.
in the swamp?
You know,
But we could
30
be
seconds so far.
Sorry?
I was making facetious.
Oh. Oh, okay. In that case, never mind. Okay.
Something about hobbits in a swamp, but
Do I hear hobbits chirping in a swamp?
oh
Oh, yes.
no.
It's near dawn, you know. They're up in the trees.
Oh, I see.
Chirp, chirp, chirp.
Only in the 5 fir trees.
All right, so
Funny little birds. In 5 fir trees.
Well, technically, don't they speak
how did
Rush?
we determine initiative as far as what order we went into?
Don't interrupt the little master.
It was dependent upon your stance.
Stance was part of it.
My stance was forward.
And Wits, I think.
I think I basically go first and Brian goes second.
Well, we're not done with my turn, actually. I
Yeah.
may be so bold.
Okay,
I am
wits. I have a bunch. Oh, here we go. Forward and forward. We had Poppy was forward, but you changed that, right?
She ran.
Yes, I
So that would be
bravely ran away.
What would
Tucked
that
her tail
become
and fled.
then?
Okay, Ren.
Defense stance.
yeah.
Good thing we don't have any minstrels.
So I have numbers here. You had a 5.
Well.
It's for wits. I guess wits is the tiebreaker for determining who goes when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Lyndon was forward. Where's Lyndon?
Oh, that's
Okay, that's easy. And here is back there. Balin's up on the hill. Grimbrald, I have no number or stance for you. You
Forward
must be
stance.
forward. What's your wits?
My
He's
wits.
very
He's witless.
Come closer so I can kick you. It's 3, but 4 is favored, whenever that is. I'm not sure.
3.
I'm 6, but I'm using favored stats at the moment. So it's 9.
Oh, well, is it favored for you or not? It depends on your special abilities and such, if it's favored for you or not.
Well, that's because of Folk of the Dust. For me.
Okay, I'm asking Brian.
Sorry?
Do you know if it's a 3 or a 4 for you? Is there anything that would make it favored in this case?
I don't think it would be a favored
Okay.
one.
All right, so
No,
3 for you. Okay.
it's 3.
Pretty far down
The whip ladder?
no,
Is that what you're saying?
No, the initiative.
Oh.
Troll, actually.
No, we weren't gonna. We were just gonna stick to the initiative ladder.
All right, so Lyndon and Grimbrald are forward. 6.
But did you still, I thought you were still calculating the damage. Or did you just figure that out and we didn't hear what it was?
Well, you wouldn't hear. You would not hear what the damage is to the
Ah, I
troll.
see.
I would describe.
Okay, so I made a wicked cut, but I don't know what the effect of it was.
Did the troll slow down? Or?
Basically what I wanted was,
So yeah, I have
because it was a Gandalf rune on the feet die, and then it was a
yeah.
6 plus
I mean,
6
I'll
plus
tell
1.
you now because we're trying to refresh, but normally I wouldn't tell you. It's a
Oh, okay.
minus 18 to endurance, wounded, plus another 8 and another 5. So it's taking a lot.
Okay.
What's his total?
Well, I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh,
They don't have it on their
Oh,
forehead
wait.
like, here's my hit points.
Yeah, okay, Mr.
depends on the game you're playing.
He is.
Maroon.
He's
No.
in bad shape.
Isn't there this green bar floating over his
I'm not going to decide.
head? The blue bar has been
Okay.
empty since he started.
So he's almost half. Almost half.
And here I was worried he was going to drop dead before I could get a scratch.
I left him a bit for you.
You should be so fortunate.
Not with a troll.
I was worried.
It's kind of like taking off a bear. With
Yeah,
a lot more.
It takes a lot of people to
Apparently, the skull of a bear is sloped on the side, so if you shoot it,
flex.
and then somebody was telling me that if you shoot a bear in the brain,
You're getting a little off topic there, Brian.
no, if you shoot it in the heart,
Yeah,
it still takes 8 seconds for
for
it
to
to
know it's
stop.
dead.
Yes.
That's long enough to chew your face off.
Yeah, if you're close enough.
Or just fall on you and crush you.
I love them.
Crushed.
They crazy.
Okay, so then
I'm just verifying initiative here, order, whatever they want to call it. I don't use initiative.
just
So
just
order,
a bit more of the
order of action, comment.
curry before it gets cold.
So if I threw garlic in, do you think that would improve the curry? It would increase the felt heat.
I couldn't tell you. I've already forgotten what it tasted like. Except that it was good. But I don't, you know.
Thanks.
Garlic always makes everything better
Yeah.
from my perspective. But I don't remember thinking that it needed anything else.
Okay, when it is the company's turn to act, the character's actions are resolved, starting with those fighting in a forward stance, and progressing through the stances until those in a rearward stance have acted. If 2 or more characters are fighting in the same stance, the character with the highest basic wits score acts first, then the second highest, and so on. So that was what I had there. Ranged combat stance rearward. Once a confrontation is underway, player heroes are allowed to make ranged attacks only if they choose a rearward stance. So you have forward, open, defensive, and rearward.
Yeah, but you need 3 people in either forward or standard stance.
Character is allowed to assume a rearward stance only if there are at least 2 other characters fighting in a close combat stance.
That was 3.
So, no,
If
it
you were
was
able
a
to
2.
getting some good shots at it.
Except there's a tree
Oh,
right
there's a
there.
tree
The
there.
character is allowed to assume this stance only if at least 2 other characters protect him by fighting in a close combat stance, and if the total number of enemies facing the company isn't more than twice the number of the characters in the company. So that's when there's a lot of them to fight. Basic target number for all ranged attacks is 12. Target number of an attack made using a close combat weapon is based on the attacking hero's combat stance and modified by the parry rating of the target and by his shield if he carries one.
Is this in my book as well?
Yes, this is the Adventurer's Book, page 158, 159.
Thank you.
Should probably have everybody open to that for reference.
Sorry, what was it again?
158, 159.
The Adventure?
Yes. You should not have the War Master's Book.
But I bought one. With my.
You lie like a rock.
I thought you lied like a sheep.
That's what I do when I sleep. I lie. When I'm being.
Oh, there's even a bookmark here.
Yeah, funny that. Would you like a little bookmark for yours as well?
Just please. Thank you.
Welcome. And Katie, feel free to stick one in yours as well, since that would be an oft-preferred page.
No, there's a bit more intonation.
Ooh!
I-
Surprise and alarm!
I think he's trying to imitate the
That's
facial
very
expressions of
Ooh! Ooh! No, back of the throat. Ooh, that's a surprise and alarm!
What about the proper pronunciation for the castle R?
Okay. Castle Anthrax. I know, it's not a very good name. So, Morgrong, the troll.
You're what?
Let's pick somebody. Will it be Lyndon or will it be Grimbarald? Who was it who delivered the last blow to him?
That's
Or
right.
Grimbarald?
He just buried his axe in the troll.
Well,
And retreat it.
Yeah. So, he will swing his club at you.
But there's a tree.
That's all right with me.
What's the club's name? Because it was a previous character.
Okay. No, it's just a big tree, chunk of tree, small tree. Still has the roots sticking out and everything.
Sweet. I hope I get the blunt end. Not the
You
root
get,
that's
no, you're getting
sticking
the
out.
rooty end.
The Rudy end.
Yes.
How rude.
How rude, yes. So go ahead and pivot him towards him.
You're right. How did they market this?
What is it? The vanilla bean stuff?
No, it's the lemongrass soda.
Yeah.
It's a cultivated taste.
Yes, yes.
Huh,
That's
maybe
it.
I should try it.
You have to enjoy eating stuff. Grew up as a child eating there or something. So,
But
You
the
do not have
I
to
should
share.
speak. No, that's all right. When I need to, like, when it's hot, see, when
Yeah.
it's really hot, then I'll need to drink it, something down.
There you go. There's ginger ale and root beer too.
Ginger is so strong, though.
Actually, the best thing to get
It's
rid
too
of the
strong for me.
spice thing is milk.
I'll leave that to.
alright, so since you're in a forward stance, the target number to hit you is a 6.
Oh, great.
Indeed.
Plus your parry and your shield, if you have one.
I
You don't
have
have a
a
shield because you're two-handed axe,
No,
right?
he
Yeah.
has a buckler. Buckler, you
Yeah,
can
but
not-
you can't hold it.
That's when you're
Boy,
using
I
one-handed,
had it strapped.
not for a
Mm,
two-handed
no.
weapon.
No, pretty much I'm going all out.
But you do have a parry rating, so what's your parry?
My parry is 4.
So that means he needs a 10 or better to hit you.
Like,
Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh, I know what that is.
You need to understand how this cape thing works, but oh well. It's
Only not.
before you leave.
Brian brought
Rattle,
back
rattle,
the
rattle,
level.
rattle, rattle. And he brings his club crashing down.
And both shoes.
Dun, dun, dun,
Upon
dun.
Grimbarald, we will see how hard he hits. The good news is it was not a great or extraordinary success.
Does he get to attempt to dodge?
That's already included in the parry, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
So
Then he's
he
He's gonna work.
hits. Nice when I actually remember the combat system from session to session.
He's not going to take damage unless what's the edge?
Yeah, okay, so.
Tree.
Just don't let it happen again.
I would say,
damage-
bring it up again. I'll take it out on it.
Trees.
Oh yes, cultural blessing.
On the screen. I don't know. I said hey trees.
Is there trees made out of
Where's those earplugs?
hay? So Brian, how many pun points am I up to?
That depends whether they should be cruel or unusual or both.
Oh, you have 2 different categories.
Yes.
How do you draw a straight line?
I can't remember this.
Very careful.
Go through this every time, it's right?
I can't draw a straight line.
Apparently the other week's not frequent enough to keep it in my head.
That's why you're
You want to do it one side as well. So
So you're saying
Hand me
you're
the
using
little
3
yellow
cents
markers,
to try and
please.
draw a straight line?
You're making some nice progress.
Yes.
I like how you're going with the directions here.
Oh, thank you. I am only working on this when we game, so it's still going and making a sock. Because I made 2 pairs of slippers this week that I felted today using Hawk's washing machine. So I'm just waiting for them to dry.
Uh-huh.
But I had to mostly dry them while wearing them so that they would stretch out
Size.
and be in the right size.
Are they comfy?
Um,
So they're not wet?
Well, I think one of them is one pair is too small, but the other one will be.
It sounds
And the
like
other one is
the,
from my mother, so.
is
Yeah,
that like
exactly the
Nate
same
finally
cover
replying to the email?
It could be anyone. I have
I was
a
adopted.
ton of email accounts.
Oh,
Yes,
No,
I
no,
did.
I thought you were going to say you were dropping the heads of baby.
Did I tell you about the picture? My mother showed me a picture of me when I was about 12, and I looked at it and was like, I don't remember having those pants. And she said,
Okay.
okay, that was me when I was 12.
So 6 points of endurance damage there, Grimberald.
6.
6.
That's what, half your total? My side.
Okay. 6 endurance points, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to 22.
Mm-hmm.
May I just point out that as I've been wounded, my cultural blessing is furious. Bjorning is filled with a red wrath when he is smitten in battle and his blood is spilled.
Okay.
And when a Bjorning is wounded in battle, he ignores the effects of being weary and miserable for the duration of combat.
Wounded is a
armor.
specific condition. It's wounded isn't because of your lower.
So a reminder as far as how damage works.
I'll show his armor.
The damage for your weapon, or for your person, as a hero, is if you have just a regular success, in other words, you beat the target number to hit, you'll do that much damage in endurance points to the person you hit. So if your damage is 6, you do 6 points of damage. If you get a great success, it's the damage rating plus the damage rating of the hero. So first you have the weapon's damage rating, and you add on the hero's damage rating. Extraordinary success is the weapon rating plus double the hero's damage rating. That's extraordinary success, the damage that you do.
Is that what I did to the troll?
Something like that. Yeah, you did a lot.
So it's there.
Be aware that you have the ability as fighters to do knockback. Sometimes it's better to literally roll with the punches and reduce the force of an attack by stepping back or to the side or by kneeling under the force of a blow. In gaming terms, they learn to let themselves be knocked back by their opponent. Characters may have the endurance loss caused by a successful attack, rounding fractions up, by letting themselves be thrown off balance. The character who is knocked back cannot change his stance and will spend his following round recovering his fighting position, unable to take any further action that turn. If an adversary attacks while a hero is recovering from knockback, the attack is resolved normally. So that is an option to switch to...
So if you got what could have been a killing roll
Right.
blow, you could cut it in half.
But do you have to announce that intent before finding out damage, I would assume, wouldn't you? Or can you kind of see what kind of hit you're...
In this game, it's pretty lenient about modifying after the fact. Yes, Joe?
Open source forms are being blocked and I need access to them.
OpenSUSE.org is?
OpenSUSE.org/forums is being blocked by the park.
Forums wouldn't be blocked.
It's being blocked. The site is safe label tagged for some reason.
Oh, so I have to have an exception so that it doesn't. I see. Okay.
I can't do anything because all the information's on there.
All right. Well, we'll have to hang on. Kiddo, sorry.
When do you?
I don't know when we're done with this combat, which takes a little while.
Right.
Okay. So then, if the feat die in that roll exceeds the edge of your weapon, so look at your weapon that you have on your character sheet. What's its edge?
So,
Okay, so Gandalf rune, that means if the feat die rolls a Gandalf rune, you have done a piercing blow. And they then have to make a protection test to stop from being instantly wounded.
So he generated a piercing blow in the troll?
I think he had a Gandalf rune
I
and
did.
two sixes. It was an intense hit. And so that checks that off and causes all sorts of issues. Also be aware you can try to do called shots.
That's like
The roll for called shots resolve normally with the following differences. Called shot hits only when the roll matches or beats the target number set for the attack and the player obtains at least one T rune, 1/6. So you say before you roll, I want to try a called shot to the head or whatever. And then you roll and you need to meet the total, and one of the numbers has to be a 6 on one of the dice.
What if you don't make that? Is it just a normal hit?
If the roll result doesn't produce the T icon, the attack misses altogether, even if the total result matches or beats the attack target number. So you sacrifice your hit at all for trying to get a good hit. If you don't match it and you beat the attack, okay. If the roll result doesn't match or beat the attack target number and the player gets a Sauron icon on your feat die, the called shot attempt fails in a catastrophic way called a fumble.
I love those. That's why
You lose your
that's why I
footing,
roll
exposing
them.
yourself, etc.
Yeah.
I thought this was a family-friendly game.
I've been keeping that comment.
And then there's also special tasks, which I think you guys are aware of, which is intimidate foe, rally comrades, prepare shot, protect companion, escape combat, things like that. Those are all on page 162 and 163 as far as special actions. All right. So luckily he didn't get an edge on you, so that was the limit of your blow. So took that pretty well. It is now Lyndon's turn.
While somebody else is having a turn, I'm preparing a shot. Can I do that?
You have to wait till it's your turn. It's based on your stance.
Okay.
So
I can't. So while somebody else is having a turn, I can't prepare a shot to use when it's my turn again?
you don't get to declare what you're doing until I come to you.
Okay, but if we get to my turn and then I say I shoot, do I say no? Do you tell me no? You have to prepare the shot. You don't get to shoot till your next turn.
Also, the longbow.
That's a good question.
Let's see.
I have an idea.
Wait.
Hang on. Let's resolve one thing at a time here. So you're talking about the rearward stance prepare shot?
Yeah.
Rearward stance, we spend an entire round. So what'll happen is I'll go around the group and then come to you and say, what do you do? And you'll say, I will prepare a shot this round.
And then the next
And that's
round.
it. And then
Okay.
the next round you get your shot. So
Okay,
you're
that-
sacrificing that attack
That's what I was afraid
to
of.
enhance your
Okay.
next
What is
attack.
sanctuary?
So you're just taking a beat and waiting for an opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's like a cool map. Sanctuary.
Cool world.
Sanctuary.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm grooving
That's from the
through that.
80s.
Yeah, man.
I have a newer version
I
too.
found
That's what
the-
I'm talking
I
about.
found a D&D PDF book about.
So we're in the middle of combat. So,
Okay. I have an idea. I want to try something new.
okay.
Called shot to the hamstring. Would that do anything?
Ooh.
That would topple him, maybe.
I mean, you could do a called shot, couldn't you, to the hamstring?
Except for the
It'd be kind of a
skill
desperate
set.
move because you'd be basically going low. Where you
Well,
could-
he's turned to facing you.
Oh,
That's
I
why
see.
I'm trying it.
That's a good
What's
point.
your weapon?
He's big. He's got a
Sword.
Okay, so there's a chart. Okay, so sword. So it could cause the target to drop his weapon. That's it.
A hamstring shot?
No, they're not defining it that precisely.
Yeah, it's saying for called shots.
You know what, though?
Successful called
I
shot.
think they're saying that as if a sword meets a sword. In other words, if you're clashing weapons.
Oh, these are in addition to the normal consequence of successful attack, loss of endurance, prisonable, etc. The effects aren't always applicable, for example. Yeah, see, this game doesn't get that specific.
That's okay.
That's where we have to fill in the blanks then?
House rules are fun.
Potentially, but for initially, let's start out just following
Okay,
the core
so
rules.
I'm not going to do a
Then
call
we'll
shot.
work on details. But if you do a called shot, you can make him, if you succeed, he will drop his weapon.
But
In
then you
addition
might,
to damage and everything else.
then
Well,
you
it
might
would
switch
do
to
if
Brian
you
and use
yeah.
hamstring.
I'd
might
drop
drop-
something.
He might drop his weapon on you.
Or, well, worse, you could drop his weapon and then use Brian's.
Alright.
I resent that.
So you're not going to do a called shot?
No, I think it's too risky in this opinion.
Alright, go ahead and roll.
Come on.
Good foresight there, Richard.
Ooh. I missed.
Tell me what you have.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Alright, that's definitely a miss.
Being defensive.
Whoosh, nothing but air.
It's a good thing you didn't do called shot.
Yeah. Alright. Now,
That was whiff.
Nothing but net.
No, nothing
Airball.
but
use
yeah, that's what I meant.
rearward.
nothing but net is good.
Sorry. Airball. I don't watch a lot of basketball, can you tell?
I don't either.
Play.
The baseball player made a goalie.
Why does anybody play a highlight?
So Balin, what is your stance? You are
Defensive.
fighting without
So
sparing, defensive, conservatively, trying to protect yourself. But you don't need to be defensive. You're so far away.
Well, when I do get into combat,
He's
Okay,
defending
right
his
now you're
areas.
open. So you could be open or forward, because you're just charging anyway.
forward for now.
All right, so you're forward.
Off my head.
Mm.
And your what's a 5? KR here.
Potion
I wish I didn't have to do 2 NPCs. One is fine.
They get a troll notch.
Where is Nate's?
Here, I think.
Okay. Somebody move him around. Okay.
I guess I should have checked my email before I came, but I was busy wrestling with
It's Starbucks in Middle Earth.
There's one.
They have stars and they have bucks.
I think it'd be a great business.
There might be
Back
a,
in Laketown.
Brian, there might be an elf named Starbuck.
True.
The
That should open me up.
star on his brow. Who's that?
Arendelle?
Arendelle. So Arendelle on a deer or something.
There you go. No, I'm just thinking like,
Ooh, that should be my next character.
if I could just go to Far Harad and discover coffee and then bring some back to grow in like
Is
South Friday.
also
Okay,
forward.
that should be my next character. Starbuck and Elven.
And you could be my my
And
Hobbit agent
Ireland is
running the.
forward. All right, we have almost everybody on forward stance right
Okay.
now. All right, so go ahead
Middle
and
management.
move
Great.
both Ireland and Ahir up to the hexes on each side of Grimbarl. They won't get to fight yet. but they
Which
will
are
get
those?
there.
These two.
Yep, one on each side of them. There we go.
Thanks, guys.
Reinforcements.
Probably there. Yeah.
All
Or
right,
maybe-
and then let's see. Your wits are 5 and Drake's.
While I back away slowly.
Balin's is 5, so you're both tied, but you're where he's
Brian,
forward.
you
So,
get hit by a
so
tree and then you're
um,
all of a sudden.
Balin will get to go before you do because he's on forward stance. Oh, Balin!
Yes.
Balin Smith, calling, paging Balin Smith. It's your turn.
I'm going to charge and try to get on side Lyndon's arm.
Okay, so you're going to run over to there and then be in a defensive stance?
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
so
this
you
your-
won't be too far forward, you'll be behind him.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and move. Yes.
Like,
So don't put him on that.
Ow!
Yeah, there you go. Kind of behind.
Hot foot.
All right. Okay. Katie.
I prepare a shot.
All righty then. Prepares a shot. Take a beat on the troll. All right. It is now the next turn.
I use my charging light.
That is this is the
Whatever the
third
fire, Kitty.
third round of
Sight
combat.
down the fire. And
And
as it goes through, it catches flame.
There you go.
the troll sees the other two, but You hurt him, and that's what he remembers right now, and
Darn it.
he is staying focused on you.
Have a
Brings
good
the branch down, and that's interesting.
I hate it when he says that.
Well, okay,
Someone has
that's
a credit card
interesting.
equivalent to Gandalf runes for them.
right, exactly.
No, what's even worse is when
So
it
he
says-
rolled a Gandalf rune,
Oh.
which is for him bad.
It is bad for him.
Oh,
Yeah. So let's see.
He stubs his toe.
And it counts as a 1,
He stumps his
as far
club.
as to see.
Actually, it counts as a 0.
A 0?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. Fine. What is your... Okay, so you're in a forward stance. You're 6, what's your parry? 3?
25. Okay. My parry's 4.
4. All right. You narrowly sidestep. You feel the branches kind of scrape your side. And he puts a dent in the ground. You feel it kind of bump you up a little bit as he puts a dent in the ground just to your right side.
I'm fairly sure it's an automatic failure if he fails on the Gandalf rune completely.
Well, he...
but the club
failed
gets
hit.
stuck in the ground, I wonder.
No. Just made a dent, pulled it back up. But that was his whole attack, so we get to go through all of you again. All right, at this point, Ahir would be the first to get to take
Somebody
a shot.
tick him off.
I already took my shot, and I missed.
Ahir swings his long axe.
Shoot. Must be.
Well, he only has one. You should
They
have
haven't been
saved-
invented
I
yet.
can't
should have
remember.
kept him behind
What is
the
it?
bow. It's not very
I
good.
don't know.
He takes a swing with his long axe and barely, really doesn't do much to the troll. Just kind of bonks him sideways and doesn't do any damage. So that's Ahir's. And then we have
Those cursed orbs.
Linden. Oh no, Erland. Erland goes next.
He's a barding.
Fury.
He's got a spear.
Yep. Barding with a spear.
It's a great
Takes a
spear.
jab. And also misses. Okay. Your turn, Linden.
Oh, my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
I thought I already went.
Because there's more people here now,
right, but wouldn't it be, not to be forward here, but wouldn't it be my turn before Linden's or not?
he has a wits of 6 and you have a 3.
Except that I haven't rolled at all.
He hasn't gone this turn, I think.
You're going to.
Oh, right.
We're at the beginning of a new round.
I
This is
see.
round 3.
Okay, so in other words, the previous one started.
It starts with the
last
troll attacking.
time.
Yeah, and you did your attempt
Gotcha.
to.
Okay, right. Sorry, I'm not seeing it
You
visually.
did 6. Or no, you did 6. You didn't do anything.
That's fine.
Right?
I didn't do
missed
anything. He did 6.
You did 6. Okay.
Your turn.
Actually, I
Right, so you technically started with it.
Anyway,
I'm pitching defense.
take another swing at it.
Alright, roll away.
That's right, because Linden was before me.
What'd you get?
And
Same
4
Plus
3,
1
and
from
a 1.
last turn.
So 8.
Yeah, 7, 8.
Okay.
Oh.
You slice through his brain.
Great.
And he doesn't move.
That is definitely a miss.
I think
Although
I hit a
he
fish.
kind of, you swing at him and he knocks your weapon aside with his club. Doesn't knock it out of your hand, but just he parries it. Otherwise, you might have hit him barely.
Oh,
All right.
He's turned to us, or Linden. Back to us.
Who's turning? Vampire
Well,
troll.
he's facing that way.
So, Balin, you are in defensive, right?
Being turned.
You're now defensive?
Yeah.
Okay, so we wait for you.
The dwarf.
So, Grimbrald, you're next.
I think I'm an open combat stance now.
Oh, you're changing from forward to open?
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I'm not quite sure.
Drop your chain by 3.
Open. Fighting without sparing
Drops my
yourself, but giving proper attention to your enemy's actions.
You only have 6.
So you're changing your stance to open.
I'd say.
So he
That
pulls
gives
back.
you a better, it goes from a 6 to a 9 as far as his ability to hit you, so that's good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that.
Do you want me to pull his miniature
Open.
back?
No, that's
That's
fine.
kinda what he was doing.
I'm keeping track of your stances here. I have a column for each of you for your stances. All right, so go ahead and
I can
do your
swing.
thing. Yep.
Okay. I swing again, and I'm really mad now because he hit me before.
Yeah.
And so I'm a little ticked off at him.
Okay.
And
So
so,
taking advantage of your
Yep.
yawning anger.
exactly. Anger management, it's not working. Swing my splitting axe again.
Okay, Robert De Niro. And
Oh.
Billy Crystal.
10.
Wow.
Billy Crystal's
My
driving you
ability to
over the
hit
edge.
is contagious.
10?
10.
So you're going true, and you think you're going to get him, and he quickly brings his club around and knocks it aside,
Troll.
making the haft of your axe vibrate.
Does that mean your axe is happy to see you?
Okay. Next is
No,
so
wag
we're
its
going
tail.
to defensive stance.
What kind of pun point?
So Balin,
Is there any way I can like actually get at the troll?
you can go ahead. This game is not too picky
Okay,
about
well,
this,
I
so
wanna-
you can step up.
You're effectively
Slice.
there.
But
Oh, hey!
so defensive stance.
Hey!
You're the third order of action.
So can I slice
You're
it?
fighting conservatively, trying to protect yourself or others, and holding your ground.
Okay.
If he tries to hit you, you're at a TN
You're
of
off my
12.
fellowship
That's why I
focus, man.
chose-
You are off my fellowship focus now.
Okay. Take a swing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brian.
Great success.
What'd you get total?
21.
21.
Hit, but
And you got
great
one
success.
6. So that means you get to do your damage plus your hero damage.
Plus my hero damage, so 11.
11.
Isn't it injury for?
Your feet die has to. What's your feet die number?
My edges.
Gandalf Rune, what'd you roll on that? 10.
He rolled
Okay, it's just good to keep that in mind. So what was your total?
21.
No, your damage.
Oh, 11.
11. Okay. You put a big old gash across his leg. That's about as far as you can reach. And he screams in pain, holding onto his leg.
Your mother was a fish.
That means he was
And your
eating-
father spilled the elderberry.
Does that mean he was eating his mother earlier?
Okay.
Oedipus meets Beowulf.
Now it is Poppy's turn.
Yay, puppy!
Okay.
You have your
She shoots
prepared
the-
shot.
So I have my prepared shot, which
Yeah.
is successful, acts like a called shot.
Okay. Which would make him drop his weapon.
She picked the
16, yes, 22,
Okay, so you got a 6 in there.
Right.
What is your edge on your weapon?
10.
Really? And you
Yeah.
have a 10 on your feet die.
Sorry,
Yes.
I was thinking about
So not only did you get a great success, and you got a called shot, you also get to do a piercing.
Woohoo!
So he has to try to protect against the piercing attack.
Okay.
So let's add all this up. So great success means you did the damage of your weapon, which is what?
The damage is 5,
Okay,
and
and
the
then
range
your
damage
hero?
is 7.
Your hero range damage is 7?
Yeah.
So 12. So right there you did 12. Wow, that hurt. And now you have to do a piercing check. So Poppy, the arrow just into his neck. Oh!
You hit my vein that shows people. When I'm
Not only that,
angry.
she's got it over the fire.
And now he has to do a
Underneath the arm
protection
and
test.
My school teacher.
That's like
Determines whether his
Never
armor
mind.
prevents the blow from causing lasting damage. He's
Right.
already
It's
wounded.
an upwarding.
Okay.
So protection value. Okay, so that plus that. Oh,
it's
it's
an
quite
advantage in
good.
this case because you can get it.
Target order rolls equal to the injury rating of the weapon. So what's the injury rating for your weapon?
16.
So he has to beat a 16.
Cut at the knees.
And he gets to roll his armor.
Yeah, and he has a fair amount. That's his armor you're hearing.
Yes.
Thick
5
skin.
dice.
Ooh, not a very good roll. 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he. Okay, so actually it goes. How's that gonna work? Okay, you're over there.
He has armor.
All right, so he had.
Everywhere.
Get him in the
Could be in the armpit.
Well, you shot him in the neck. He drops his club because of the pain and grabs his neck to pull the arrow out of his neck, and blood's pouring down where it was.
Good
Ah! And that is an additional wound level. So what happens now if he's miserable? And I don't know if he can take any more actions. Because if you're already wounded,
Basically,
you take another wound,
manically depressed.
I think you like curl up in a ball or something, or run away.
Control in the fetus position? I don't know.
You may run away or something.
Yeah, I would think you'd try to retreat.
You saying the fetus position?
Fetal.
It sounded like the fetus position, like.
Well, that is what
It's
the
basically the same
phrase.
thing.
No, he assumes the fig position.
He's like,
Just put his arms down and fall over.
He's doing handstands.
Nicely done, Poppy. Way to aim that shot.
I'll go with it.
Woohoo!
She's doing.
You know what? In the other group,
She's
the Hobbit
shooting.
is the main killer too. He holds back and he's really sneaky. He's kind of aloof, but man, when it comes to combat, he's ping, ping, ping with his short bow. He's
I thought I was going to be.
that's
That's
still only
deep
counts
funny.
as one.
I thought I was going to be a killer, but apparently not.
Oh, you did it. I mean, you added your bit. We all did it together.
Yeah, exactly.
Guys.
All by herself, it wouldn't be enough. But the
Yeah.
comment, and hang on, we still have to see what happens
Beating
here.
by myself with that campfire back there.
What, you throw fireplace stones at him?
No, I could just hide in there and destroy it.
Nice.
Cloaking,
That dino laser he has
Well,
does 20 days.
D6.
Too bad it doesn't work in this world.
It's what you go on a troll with.
Steve's.
Let's go.
I was planning on going dinosaur hunting.
That's not.
Except he has a military dinosaur where he's a laser, not a.
All right.
I see.
That doesn't
Can't buy this
correspond.
over the counter, eh?
It's only
Yeah.
page 58 in Miserable, but there's nothing.
There are no.
You in the right book?
Deeds. Yeah, that's Loremasters LD. There's other pages. Take a look under Adventure Book 105 and 142. One of you look at 105, one of you look at 142.
I got 142.
I got 105.
That's about
What am I looking for?
Miserable. Miser table.
You're a miser.
Yeah, Mystique's table. So the extended index here is flawed.
Miser.
A hero is considered to be miserable when his hope score is equal or lower than his shadow rating. Other sources of harm may also cause a hero to become temporarily miserable, even if his hope score didn't fall below his
So
shadow
maybe
rating.
I'm looking at the wrong thing.
As long as a hero is miserable, he's in danger of suffering a bout of madness and
Oh.
temporarily lose control of himself. See 58 of the Loremaster's book.
Oh, so now we'll start pooping on us.
Yeah, 58. Okay, well, that's what it says,
Oh,
58.
Not losing bowel
Oh,
control.
so that's madness for 58. Okay.
This is gonna be long.
That's
He'll lose
what-
control of himself and start pooping
When a
on us.
character is rendered miserable through loss of
Ah,
hope,
it gets
you
bad
check
from
the
this
miserable
point.
box.
So this may not be there. Let me see wounding then. So wound.
I don't see anything pertinent to miserable.
What about madness?
Oh, I'm on 165. not
Okay.
165. My bad. That's probably.
Wounds, being wounded.
Sorry, kids.
Okay, starts at 143 on the adventure book. Okay. There we go. Wounded. Alright, wounded. When an hero is wounded for any reason, the player takes wounded by the player should know the wounded character is not necessarily weary. Let's see, appropriate boxes checks 2. Okay, no immediate consequences to being wounded. Endure the pain, etc. Puts the character in danger of being knocked out in combat. When a character whose wounded box has already been checked is wounded again, he immediately becomes unconscious.
Whoa!
Oh, so he's on
The
the
second wound is not recorded in any way. The character is simply knocked out or passed out from shock.
Holy
Woohoo!
Oh,
And then you-
nicely done.
And
The
then
character who receives a second wound or isn't wounded but is reduced to 0 endurance passes out and drops to unconsciousness.
So
He is now totally in the hands of his companions or worse in those of his opponents. As soon as an unconscious character gains 1 or more endurance points, wakes up immediately, whether he fell unconscious due to loss of endurance or because he was wounded, after his wounded box is already checked. When a wounded hero is reduced to 0 endurance, he passes out and is considered to be dying. A dying character will perish if he doesn't get help soon. Killing blow. Adventurers are at risk of death when they drop to 0 endurance while wounded, but they can also be killed outright. A character whose wounded box was already checked is killed immediately when he receives another wound and is reduced to 0 endurance points at the same time.
he's not quite there, but I think we can do a
Let me
finishing blow.
Like it.
check, because it's
It's a
really
flesh
close.
wound.
One way or the other, it was looking really close.
The dwarf takes the credit
Go ahead.
Excuse me.
by actually killing it.
It was already dead!
I don't know. She just took out a troll. Do you really want to piss her off?
Actually,
That's
I'm
Because
a
it's
dwarf.
got my
She
axe
can't hit me.
embedded in its skull!
See, I can hide in my campfire, and it's like arrow-proof.
You're gonna hide in your campfire.
You also killed the troll, -5. So you did 12 more points. So, clean, drops it, grabs it, rips it out, blood spurts out once, and then he starts crashing forward.
So does he get the tree or those three?
Crashing forward, everybody jump out of the way.
Whoa!
You know, I already simulated that.
And actually,
you fell right on
what
the
is your... Is there a dodge or anything?
I'm pretty sure he gets to roll the hit. And
One
the edge
last-
is a sour
One last attack.
He goes running.
With his falling corpse. Well, when you find something that big, I think that should be a danger.
I love that part in the
Two
chamber of
towers.
Mazarbul.
Yeah.
I was thinking the two towers when Glimley got
Dodge.
2 wards and an orc on top of them.
Alright. So, who all we have in danger there? We have you, Grimberald,
The NPC.
and you're in an open stance, so you have a better TN now.
You block them with your axe.
Good thing you aren't still in forward.
Yeah, just prop it up so I can.
Baseball.
Where'd it go?
I'm blocking with all that weight.
Someone should watch if you didn't like Hobbit movie. It says Hobbit movie sins, and what he does for a lot of movies is he just goes through them and picks out a bunch of things, and he counts a bunch of little things, big things. He doesn't reference the books in that way either, so it was a lot lower than I hoped it would be.
Oh.
But it was still cool for something.
I like the spoof where they.
Okay, so you're in open, so target number 9, plus you have a 4 parry.
I have
So
a
13.
So 13.
And let's see, he has what for crush?
He should have like a 0 edge, so it's not automatic edge.
Okay, and then
Not much of an edge, eh?
let's say he has an edge on a Sauron eye.
He should have an edge on
And
crushing
so you're at risk, and then we have
the tree.
Ahir and Erland on each side.
What about the tree?
So,
Wait,
He already dropped it.
so luckily for you, Gandalf
I'm
ruled in your
tree
favor.
that isn't.
You easily jump aside. His head smashes the ground where you would have been.
Are you nimble?
Spear. Erland is on the right. He narrowly jumps aside. Pretty close call to the right fist. And here on the left
They should crush the fish.
also jumps aside easily.
I'm going back to bed. See you guys.
The troll, of course, you guys don't know it's alive or dead. You just know it just fell to the ground.
I better.
You guys don't know for certain. It's just now fallen to the ground. Or it's not moving. Yes, Drake?
I switched to forward immediately and jump on the thing and bury my axe in his head.
Okay, you have to come running around and do that.
Well, I can jump on his back.
Alright, so do a jump. You have a jump skill or something?
I have athletics.
Okay, yeah, roll your athletics.
And jumping over the water here?
Yeah, so it has to roll an athletics check. It's a short distance, but
Great success plus 3, so 9. Great success.
9.
what's your total?
9.
9?
With a
9.
great success is one of the dice.
Yeah, but you still gotta meet the target number, which is a 14.
He trips and falls and starts.
Alright, so you go, "Rah!" You see the dwarf like taking it, goes for it, and lands on his buttocks and doesn't quite get a grip and slides into the water.
I shot my axe in his bum.
Okay, roll your attack.
Technically, that works. Bum first.
Yeah, you're,
Killed by a dead troll.
Ooh.
what'd you get?
Wow, he
Oh
rolled
my goodness.
3, 10.
Is that enough?
It's not a hard.
Okay, you
it's
embed
not-
your axe into his left buttock cheek.
That's one while.
and then he starts to turn to stone.
I pull it out.
Roll something.
Oh crap!
Roll crap? No, don't roll crap.
Body?
Oh my
No,
goodness!
I'm my
You're gonna need
attack.
like a reflex.
What attack?
Good thing you killed it before you died.
Yeah.
So
So, anybody want stone troll for dinner?
Doesn't agree with me.
I did kind of forget they turned
Maybe
to
with a
stone.
bit
Yes,
of
you
lemon
did.
grass.
It's easy to forget in the heat of the battle.
I can make another axe. I have 4 ranks for craft. and gems.
I have
Because
no
he's got
idea.
my
I
axe,
don't know
put it in his
why, because you
May I
went for
suggest
burying the
that-
axe. You said you were going to bury the axe into him.
Well, I was
Yeah.
trying to use
You
it to save
succeeded.
myself from
I
the
know,
water.
I know, and you did.
How about I rip
You've
it out?
embedded the axe when it turns to stone around the axe. So you saved yourself from falling in the water. You succeeded in your task. Unforeseen consequence because you forgot.
You should give me
I was
an
going to
athletics
suggest
check.
another athletics check.
We'll try
Yeah,
another.
I was going to say it happened so quickly at that point. You
Right where they
oh
actually
crap! No, his whole body is turning to
Yeah, because
stone.
It's not
He's a troll.
instant
He
stone.
was already dead when you then
But it
followed
wasn't
up.
turning into stone yet.
Are we
They're
really?
not
Are we
instant
really
stone.
at the end of
You just
Tommy's
finished-
watch? Because that was another hour.
Yeah, you still had about an hour left. He's turning to stone because he's dead. They turn to stone when they're slain. Too.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Pretty sure.
No. They don't.
I was sure they did.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Tolkien didn't
When the
give
life
me
essence is
troll on
down,
that.
Because they're
I'm
made
pretty
from
sure.
stone, aren't they?
Yeah, when they die, they revert to their original substance.
You can borrow my spear in the meantime.
I can't
Hey.
use a spear.
So you saw the dwarf, "Roar! Whoa!" right in the buttock, and
You should give
cursing
me
under
a
his breath.
chance to rip it out before that happens.
Dre,
No.
just accept it. You can probably chop it out.
You can now try to rip it out of the stone with an athletics check.
Ooh, I'm gonna fail.
You're gonna need. It's gonna be an 18 target number.
Can we
Yeah,
all try?
I
The
can't
sword
succeed.
and the
You
stone
can each
butt.
take a
I
target.
can't. I
Whoever
can't.
can get it out of that.
Sorry.
That's
Whoever
it.
can pull
Okay,
the
I
axe
got
off
some
the ass.
If you get a Gandalf rune and a 6,
sorry, that
then
happened.
we have a chance.
What did I tell you?
What'd you get?
10.
Okay. You see him trying to
Whoever
pull
pulls
it
the
out.
axe out of the ass gets to be king.
I'm gonna try this.
You splash into the
My
water.
song.
Alright, so Grimbaral comes walking up next to you. Do you say anything to the ticked off dwarf?
Yes.
The dwarf is red faced with anger.
Oh, I need a really good line right now.
Cursing and Crystal.
Actually,
Not cursing.
I'm
Okay, not
Just
cursing.
stabbing people.
Just grumbling. Stabbing people.
Stone and wood. I'm actually no.
I'm
I'm a
gonna
stone.
roll my song.
Yeah, you are a stonemason.
I'm gonna roll my song.
He walks up next to you.
I'm gonna roll song, or
Okay.
let's see. No. What would it be for a joke or something? I'm trying to think here. Wit.
No, riddle.
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 God.
7
trying?
plus 6.
Ooh, what are you trying to do?
I'm
Something
trying
witty.
to say something that is kind of, because I can't think of a really good line right now.
Okay.
So I say something to Balin that kind of friendly way pokes fun at him.
Okay, so
And
kind of
his
like the banter between
Peculiar
Legolas
situation
and
because
Legolas
there he is
and Gimli.
holding on to it.
Alright, that's a 12. That's an easy one.
Okay.
So you just pulled that off, and you got so that makes it a great
Right, I have
success.
a suggestion.
So he makes a little barb at you, but you're amused by it at the same time.
I have a suggestion.
Can I
I'll
roll
still
an
take a shot
athletics
back
check?
at
Your
him.
predicament, a verbal. If you want to take a verbal shot.
Can I,
Riddle.
in my turn, can I
Okay.
still take an athletics check to see if I can rip it out or not?
If you don't rip it out.
He's currently hanging onto the axe because otherwise he falls into the water. So you
Okay.
have to kind of
I should probably
dialogue.
rescue him.
You can dialogue with him without, hey, you mind if I try?
You seem to be
All
in
right,
a
so
spot
he
of
tries
trouble.
something back at you and it falls flat. Verbally. He tries to
I
back
climb.
at you and it's,
Can I climb on the thing and stay on as stonemason?
Yeah, you can climb up on
I'll
his, the
start
small of his
chiseling away
back.
on its bump.
The small of his big back.
I'll start chiseling away on the bump to free my axe.
So you're getting out your tools. So you see him getting out a chisel and a hammer.
I say to him, done by, gum by.
Brandon walks up and asks him.
Must be hard to kill a troll when you're done by.
That's a Tom Bombadil reference.
I'll walk up and look at what the dwarf's doing and say, "So you're gonna make him into a nice fireplace?"
So the dwarf.
I am doing it. I'm doing it.
Roll your craft. It'll take you all of a day. If you want to. What'd you get?
21.
And did you have any
With a
sixes
great
or
success.
Yeah.
you got 2?
You got
Or
a
you got
six.
1 6? Okay.
1-6.
21. Okay. So if you choose to spend the entire day and like make everybody wait for you,
But I
that will
protest.
be your result.
I protest, and I actually I
Yeah.
plead. Can I plead with my persuasion?
Okay. Were you going to ask about trying to pull on the axe?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to pull his axe out.
The response is no. I'm trying to get I'm getting my axe out with the chiseling.
Okay. That'll take you.
I have- I do
that'll
have
take
to.
you half the day
But you use your stonecraft roll
Well,
for
artistic purposes rather than to get the axe out.
so it's not really trying to get your axe out. It's
You'll get to it
artistically
eventually.
removing
Yeah. If you remove
the
it, you
weapon
see,
out
if
of
you took it
this
out right now,
fire
it'll break it
regions.
as a chimney. You've got to do this long, intricate thing to make it strong enough
so
that'll have the structure to work as a fireplace, and that'll take you half the day.
Yeah, don't take off the. Actually, we're tired. We haven't slept. all
But
night.
if you don't want to do it, you could try a separate craft check and try to just get it out.
well, we haven't. We're tired now.
Well, that's going to be a real conversation.
Okay,
starter
let's
when it
just-
gets done.
Let's just say that while he's just removed his axe and he's about to make a fireplace, I persuade him
Well, he
to
hasn't
lay-
removed it yet unless you're going to wait half the day.
Well, you guys need to sleep. Seeing as you were just fighting a troll.
This is a really good moment right now. Let's
That's my
Yeah,
schedule.
play you guys. Between
let's
you
help
guys.
him out. Okay, let's can I help you out with getting the axe out of your friend's rear end?
Do you not?
If he,
Not a chisel stone.
if he expects,
No, but I'm still really furious because he cut me.
You'll let him try to pull it out?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't have the forge anywhere unless I make one, which I could use this.
Well, what's wrong with him trying to you just yank it out?
I was just gonna yank it out.
Breaking it.
He's not going to break the blade. If he fumbles, he would break the shaft, the handle. But only if he fumbled. Like a Sauron eye. or
what's
something
your
like that.
athletics,
I could cook you
Right.
breakfast.
Brian? What's your athletics
I'm gonna
rating?
cook you breakfast. What's your point?
Yeah, what is your athletics? Because that would be what the test would be.
It's two
I
dice.
have a better chance. I have 3.
Yeah, but I'm really furious.
Yeah. Between you guys work it out. This.
Well,
I don't
how
really
about you
care.
guys go back to bed and I turn this guy into a.
Fireplace.
Fair enough. I don't care.
Okay. You need to kind of go pace and walk it off.
I
a little
do.
bit.
I'm a little bit full of
Go pick up
adrenaline.
some firewood or something.
I'm imagining
cool down.
myself, I'm going to have to come back here. This would be a nice place for a cottage. It'd be an interesting conversation starter.
So you're gonna make it so like the eyes glow and
Well,
stuff
no,
like
I'm making
that.
it into something like a small person could actually be in, but it,
So almost like a
What is
sweat
this, like a
lodge.
stone
Sweat lodge.
tauntaun?
A sweat lodge.
it doubles as the fireplace.
It's like a Native American stone sweat lodge.
I'm going to go sweat it out in the troll bath.
Well, you know, Finns are famous for making saunas out
Now
of
you're
everything.
just trolling for compliments.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw a whole PBS thing on just Finlands and saunas. Finns and saunas. And they make saunas out of everything, like abandoned cars.
You get 10
This guy turned an old Saab into a sauna. Another one was an old abandoned clear phone booth on the side of the road. He turned he's naked in the sauna with the glass
I'm
sides.
not
and
really
everything.
surprised.
Yeah, it was really
well, you know,
weird.
you need to clean up.
It's just a big part of their culture, a huge part of their culture.
Well,
Everywhere my dad lived, he built a sauna. Everywhere, even when in Palm Springs, he built a sauna.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
As I as I survey the battle scene, do I still see any corpse candles, or
Yes,
not?
you do, but they're now spread out more, rather than all condensing over one spot.
Do I notice if those corpse candles were? Do I remember where they were congregated over?
Yeah, right near this tree area where the troll was hiding in the water.
That's
No.
lovely.
Probably where lots of his prior victims were.
Airfish.
I'm guessing. What, the souls of departed fish?
Yeah. Fish is good though.
No, soul.
I don't know. That's
It's not gonna
not
make any.
Soulless good fish.
Yeah.
Brian, that sounds fishy to me.
Okay, we better move on with this. I'm gonna go pace.
So, Everybody roll. Oh, I was supposed to do a fear test on all of you. Sorry.
Oops.
And if you failed, you would have been unable to invoke any attribute bonuses for as long as.
Because we were in a creepy place.
Interesting. No, the fear from the troll when it
Oh.
first went. Rah! Everybody was supposed to do a
Big.
fear test.
Well, yeah.
My
Maybe
bad.
because
That's all right.
we were seized by an extraordinary amount of hope.
Let's see.
That's one.
Everybody roll.
You had a killer hobbit in your midst.
That's right.
That's right. Well done, Poppy.
Very dangerous, especially over short
Don't
distances.
annoy the hobbit.
Anyway,
Everybody roll
One
search.
of those keep calm shirts.
It's the closest
Keep
thing
calm.
to.
Hobbit's arrows.
Don't panic.
What am I rolling?
Search. Just to see if you notice something.
I got it.
Gandalf rune and a 2.
Okay.
I got 12.
Gandalf rune and a 10.
Okay.
Roll.
Search.
Search.
Just to see if you notice something.
What's the roll?
Chip, 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 chip.
Oh, search.
Yes.
Still.
No, really. Roll search.
Gandalf rune.
Gandalf.
And a
Wow,
5.
3 of you got
Everybody this elf sees them.
What did you guys notice? 12? Okay, so you don't notice. But the 3 of you all notice. Even you, Poppy, do you come walking up at some point?
Yes.
Okay, so move her up. All right. You guys notice that the troll looks like it was still healing from a previous injury that must have weakened
So
it
that's why they
considerably.
went.
And it looks like a cut inflicted by a dwarven axe.
I suppose this means you're going to try and take credit.
I did hit it with my axe
But it's a different wound.
quite a few times.
Mine
So
was
this was an already significantly wounded and starving. This was a weak troll.
Oh,
Just so you guys have it perspective.
And they have Legolas and Aragorn.
This one was a starving, weakened, wounded troll.
I think I need some plasma for the next one.
Right. Just take all the wind out of our sails, why don't you?
I'm still making
Just want to keep it in perspective.
still making-
Because you guys are
Well,
going,
if you
well,
think
he's still
about-
going. Yeah.
Think about the cave troll, though.
Uh-huh. Remember how many times they had to hit that thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And they
And
had-
that was a young one.
And they had more than 4 people.
With a wee little baby.
Yeah. So,
Of course, it would have helped if I didn't.
well done, each of you. So, all right.
How
So,
much experience?
Chink, chink. There is no.
How much experience do I get for the peasant?
So this dwarf wound, this blow from a dwarf axe, dwarf
Clearly.
axe.
I'm not in under.
We're looking for somebody. They must have come this way. So, what shall we do now?
Search.
Search, well, should we search around to see? I mean, I would be thinking, did the dwarves make it? Do we notice any dwarven bones nearby?
Well, you could look down in the water down below. It's kind of muddy now from the troll churning everything up. But
I'm
we're
gonna
hiding in the water.
Range around the campsite and attempt to search.
Okay, go ahead and roll a search.
I suck at this.
Who's got the greatest heart rating here?
Heart rating?
I have 4.
Ireland is a 5 unless it's favored and it's an 8.
I wonder if Ireland should maybe take a look at it.
So Hawk, I noticed nothing.
Why heart rating?
Well, I'm just wondering if there's anything.
Well, there's the whole search skill.
I was just thinking though about the.
The effect of finding something.
Shadow test.
Yeah, I was wondering if it had anything to do with, like the marshes and the whole, things kind of.
Oh, it's
Luring
it is the
others.
following morning, so it is now 4 days ago that you guys left Esgaroth.
Keep it all the time. If I make this small stuff on metal.
Finger beats.
2 fingers weak. That Right.
So that was quick. That was a combat in just 4 rounds. That was fairly quick.
Yeah,
Especially
but
for
it
a
was
troll.
a weak troll.
Yeah. Starting,
I think
wounded.
it's not D&D. That would have taken a lot longer, or a lot less time. It's dead. So,
Dagger stabbings.
So,
stabbing is-
you guys searching? What are you doing?
Well, I was, but I
Okay, what did you
find,
get?
I find diddly.
What'd you get?
I got 7.
Okay.
A 5.
So you find buried in the dirt a diddly. Whatever that
Hey, look at this. What is this?
is. Diddly squat, so you find troll spore.
12.
I wonder, is troll spore turned to stone?
I don't know. I sling at the dwarf to find
That
out.
leaves. 12?
12.
Okay, nothing. You find a few more hints of troll boot prints. I mean, dwarven boot prints. Nothing. You can't tell what direction. It's kind of just here and there, but you do see that.
Now, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You asked me to do search. What about hunting, though? Would that be relevant as a skill or not?
If you want to track a little further to see if you can actually track, then maybe you could try that.
Should we do that in my next round? Or
Yeah, next round.
What about explore?
Explore, look up the skill real quick. I don't think it applies. I think that's to fight off fatigue and things like that, but I'm not sure. It might be travel or something.
I like
Travel
that
is different, yeah. Look it up, I don't know.
I know.
I built
Katie?
wall.
Yes?
Do you want to search around at all, or are you going to just rest?
Tolkien would probably really.
I'll search.
Okay.
No, actually, I was going to say that Tolkien would
Has
say.
anybody
He's
gone in the
pointed out he saw some more
It's in the fine
dwarf
tradition
tracks.
of
Okay, has anybody gone in the water to look for bones
Nobody has.
because
I will
the
strip down
giants,
and jump
the
in.
frost giant,
and jump in?
they killed
Okay.
him, and out of his bones
So,
they
do
created
you see
a-
Poppy removing her outer clothes? I'm assuming you're leaving your underclothes on.
Yes.
And preparing to jump into the water.
I start to.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for remains.
A female!
And I fail.
What'd you get?
9 with a great success.
Yeah, that's too bad. Alright, she dives up and down. The water's just still too mucky. You can't really see much. And after about 15 minutes, you give up because you're just churning up more mud and such. You're not getting anywhere.
Well,
You do see bones down there, but you can't make them out in the muck.
While I'm chiseling, you guys can take a bit of a rest.
Explorers
Later,
for
you guys can go.
to find the company's heading, or to get back on track after a detour, to find
Warmer
weather
slash
conditions
small
or
house.
natural hazards.
It's a troll,
Okay. So
it's
keep from getting
small
losing your
houses.
bearings and
To
stuff.
create paths through the wilderness, suitable
Okay.
for others to follow, or choose a suitable place to set up camp.
Okay, that's good to know. But that wouldn't apply for
Okay.
this particular. Alright, you want to go ahead and roll your hunting? You
Ooh,
can
it's nice
spread
and
out a little
cozy.
further. Go ahead and
Like
roll
a
your hunting.
sauna in here.
Sauna. What else is that?
Not really, no.
That was one of the
Yes.
progressive
13.
lives where the guy's pants go on fire.
Liar, liar, pencil fire.
13.
Not quite. Almost.
Actually,
Let's see. Okay. Here's giving a hand.
So we have a troll shelter.
Ooh. Gandalf room. Good. And Maryland. Not so much. Okay. You guys have all but given up when Ahir says, wait a minute, wait a minute.
the NPCs find stuff and we don't.
At least you didn't say, oh, that's interesting. Tune in next week.
Well, not in the next 2 weeks, really.
Brian's using red ink.
I'm using pancake. Every other Tuesday.
He is a teacher after all.
Yeah, how many points off do that?
So, I mean, since he's taking a whole day to chisel away, you find halfway through the day, after searching and searching and searching, so it's mid-afternoon already, you finally get your axe out without damaging your craft work.
Well, that's where the entrance is. With the bomb.
So apparently explore would work for scouting around looking for signs Richard, you could use explore if that's a greater skill.
It is.
Okay, go
Would
ahead.
you open the door a crack?
Oh.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist that one.
Well, what about crawling up the troll that high?
No, let's not go there. I'm sorry I even said anything.
Essentially,
Well,
people playing D&D.
technically I got 11 because I got a Sauron rune.
Stone statue bomb.
Okay, so that wasn't helpful.
But I did get a T rune.
Okay, still not. You have to still make the target.
What did I hear find again?
Well, you found here and there just some signs of dwarf boots, and then Ahir midway through the day said, "Hey, I found an actual track over here that looks like might be something."
Can I go check out the track that he found?
Track. I thought we were in the track.
Yes.
See if there are others.
Do me a favor, could you get me some of this clothes? Some of this what? Could you grab the bag of kettle chips? Kettle chips, please?
Does that require a kettle?
I don't buy kettle chips.
I'm just not doing so well after killing the troll. I used all my mojo.
Yeah. Well, that was very useful.
Just here.
That was good use of money.
Sure. Okay.
Keep this.
No strength test.
So Ahir came back and said, "Hey, I found something a few miles up by the really stinky river," and takes you to take a look. And he finds a port where it looks like they.
Thanks.
Or too much. You want to share?
Sure.
Can we take shelter from the rain and the troll?
If it rains, you guys can crawl into the crack.
Now, if we had some items we could stash in there, it would be a true troll horde.
Not even point.
Apparently, there's nothing in Middle Earth lore that specifically says that stone trolls die when they turn to stone when they die, but it's commonly used in D&D.
Yeah, but I seem to remember a line somewhere that said something about when they die, they go back to the essence they came from in the Silmarillion or something. It wouldn't. I don't think it's in the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. Maybe it could people in Middle Earth.
It's fine that way. Because I don't want to start. I don't want
That would be a good thing to research.
my loveliness to turn into that.
Goof.
You know, it's like stone, except for
Well, yeah, but
stone's
except I
about-
wouldn't seek shelter, so when the sun rose.
Dance like
Of course, if you're a Titan,
The
you
rocks
need to
fall,
head of
everyone
an
dies
expert.
trope, as used in popular culture.
The tombstone.
The adventurers fall into a hole filled with dynamite and die in the very first turn. That'd be a really lousy.
What was
That'd be
that,
a
Brian?
great game. Fall into a hole of dynamite, hope one of those blast proof.
What did you say, Brian?
Oh, nothing. It's just.
I didn't hear you. I wanted to hear.
ring?
Sounds like cars.
Okay, what he found was he picked up the trail of the dwarves that apparently looks like they put a boat back into the water. They left that encampment behind, as was mentioned earlier, but it looks like they had gone back into the river. He found where it looked like, fairly not long ago, a boat was slid back into the river, right near the junction of the stinking river and the main one. So it looks like they went
Lovely.
back into the marshes, continue south.
I have marked this troll on my map.
So
A lovely troll.
Go back into the boat then?
it's by the time you get back from that and share with the rest, it's getting near evening. You're almost done. You're putting the finishing touches on your masterpiece. Or maybe not a masterpiece, but your unique work.
I'm gonna mark this on my map.
Yeah.
A lovely troll. Do not avoid. Seriously.
Okay.
It's made of stone.
Interesting.
fire
So he finally finishes his
Smelling.
troll
Fire
chimney.
cottage.
This is
Troll
like Frank Lloyd
cottage.
Wright,
My flaming cottage.
What's that?
like a Frank Lloyd Wright version of
A flaming cottage.
Falling Stone, I call it.
All right. So evening's coming up.
I also
You
made a
guys need
slide.
to consume food and all that good stuff.
Oh, and the anus
And-
is the entrance.
What's that?
The anus is the entrance too.
That's in the water, or right above the water. He's half in the water and half out.
I'll make the stick
So
bridge.
the upper part would. Okay.
He's gonna recruit
No,
the
I'll
group
carve
to
a ladder up the.
There's really
Right
any
cheek.
wood will rot fairly quickly.
Guys, just so you know, we have 2 weeks of
Just
tax
chisel
red
steps.
and 2 weeks of dried fish.
Okay. You guys should have taken off. I mean, this is your 4th day.
Yeah, so we have
Since
to
that's
keep an
raw.
eye on
Yeah.
provision we might have to hunt, which is a little dodgy.
So what we'll do is we'll have I slit where my axe was, and then the left bung will open up, and you climb out on the right side where I chiseled
You're
the
spending
ladder.
too much time on this, right?
Anyway, it's evening. You guys do your normal shifts.
Mm-hmm.
You're really tired.
Do we want to do a hunch roll?
A hunt roll?
Some hunting?
Well, okay. I was just making sure I understood you correctly.
I don't think we should go hunting yet.
Feel-
I'm just saying
Yeah.
we need to think
Remember
about
some of your moods about the area.
it. And not at night. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Well, I was
I can
thinking.
cook in the
Of course,
troll.
he is a
And
dog.
so far, the only things you've seen around here are pretty unwholesome looking,
Mm-hmm.
kind of sickly. Even the fish you saw that the troll was eating looked like they were badly. They had lesions and all sorts of nastiness. 2 heads and 2 tails.
I don't think we'd find a nice person to cook.
Well, let's talk about what our plans are going to be, guys. We don't have enough. We need to make some
Making
plans.
a fireplace,
Yeah, let's
fire
sit around
around
the
the troll.
fireplace.
Which fire?
One on the hill or the one by the troll? You have 2 wonderful ones. to
Yeah,
choose
we have
from.
one that's completely covered and also a sweat.
I think I prefer the one on the hill,
Me too.
in case there's a troll.
Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna. Can I click with my craft
I'll go
skill,
back to the hill with you.
which would make sense for it.
What are you cooking?
Food.
You have
Obviously,
rations.
You've got some
Yeah, I'm
marshmallows
trying
on
to
the
prepare
side.
them not to be bad.
They're just dried travel rations. There's not much you can do. You can warm them a little. That's it.
Let's see what I can do.
You can rehydrate them.
Gandalf Rune, 2 6s, a 3 and a 5.
Oh my goodness.
What a waste of a roll. Alright. So you just doing this for yourself or the whole party?
The whole party.
So he's like, here, but let me see those rations. And he waves them over the fire a few times, sprinkles some water, finds a few pinches of herbs that don't look poisonous, and hands them
She's
back
pretty
to
good at not
you.
getting poisoned.
And he turned the rations into
Yeah. Does anybody want
turns
to
the rations into something
No!
into something more edible than previously.
Lyndon, don't find any of them.
I was
So
gonna
you guys have a
Alright,
meal about
discuss
6
amongst
boulders that
yourselves.
went with the rations. Imagine I could do fresh food. I don't fumble. So and I.
I think I can go looking for
Oh,
some
wait, that was
spices
me.
if somebody wants.
That's good.
What flavor is this?
Oh, and vinegar. Or vinegar. So if we ever come back here and rain slash snowing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a shelter, isn't it?
Well,
It's a plain
you know,
cottage.
Bilbo talked about those 3 trolls that were just standing for years. But
What do you call it?
This one's
Plain
got a,
cottage.
this one's got a fireplace.
I need to find those trolls and make it work out. Wait, those, I might know where those trolls are. Well, when we're done with the adventure.
She's all better.
Yeah, we
Kind of like
really
this
should
better
have
than the
considered it,
ranch,
man.
actually.
Hmm?
I think
I
I
like
like this
breakfast
better than the
onion.
ranch.
I love Cecil.
I think we should run our own inn as part of the adventure, and I'll like make stone.
But they're
workers.
40% reduced.
Yes.
My stone can turn into flaming stone. A pinch of salt, pepper, and a match. Oh wait, that was making explosives.
Well, let's try to do something more. It's already 8:30.
Oh my.
I may have spent too much on that trope.
Well, we'll fight thing. Do you want to help running?
Oh, yeah, use me. Just yeah, go ahead. Thank you for the reminder.
Let me get you a plate for your chips.
I have one, thank you.
No, I'll
Oh,
use
sorry.
my character sheet.
Okay.
But thank you.
Ah, using your character sheet for chips.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna take a bath in the
Does that mean the hot
troll.
has a chip on her shoulder?
Like,
That is not pleasant water. She can
no,
tell you.
what I mean by that is, if you ever read A Wheel of Time, they basically just swept themselves clean, basically.
Yeah, but that was out in the desert with that culture. What do they call themselves?
I
Yeah, that was out in the desert and stuff. This is a mucky,
well, they had
humid,
tents where they had
mucky-
fire.
Yeah,
Heated stones.
yeah.
Heated stones.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll shut up now.
It was a completely different environment. It'll just make moss grow under your armpits and stuff, or mildew or whatever.
I'm getting a little impatient.
You
I mean, not me.
You guys.
Not me. I'm sorry. The Bjorning is.
Mm-hmm.
We
I want
need
to find these dwarves.
we need to sleep and then be on our way.
Yes, let's
I know where I'm
get up
staying.
early in the morning.
Regular shifts, I guess.
Happen like troll.
And hope the night goes uneventfully.
I'd like to change back with Lyndon if Lyndon's okay with that. So that
Sure.
I have the later one.
All right.
The leader one.
The later one.
The
Yeah.
later one.
Actually, it looks like you already did that. That
Oh.
you went to the 5th shift. And
Actually,
Lyndon
I was-
had the 2nd shift.
My intent was to make that permanent.
Oh, okay.
Guys,
Yes, Drake.
is it possible to make a lock out of stone?
I thought you just did it for the last one.
I don't know.
I wanted to make that permanent change.
All right.
I'm sleeping in the troll.
He likes to get up early.
Brennan? Open Sousa should work now. .org. Oh, wait.
Platforms.
Reload. There you go.
Out of that.
Hopefully that works for him.
Who's Sousa?
Open Sousa.
It's
Linux distro.
It's also his lizard. Susa.
We'll keep the same watch thing.
Okay.
He wants the later one, not okay.
Oh, he wants the later one?
Yeah.
I'm willing to make that change permanent.
Wait a minute. So who has the second one?
I do. Because the elf is being stubborn. I thought it was a temporary one.
I thought it was permanent. Actually, I thought it didn't matter much.
It doesn't really matter.
Except when there's a troll.
Alright.
So it goes Ahir, Grimberald, Erlin, Balin, Lindenpop.
Alright. So, Ahir does his watch for the night. Okay. Grimbrald, do yours while you search.
Yeah, no firm.
So I have Sauron and a
So
6.
6.
You got an Eye of Sauron.
Yeah.
That just counts as a 0.
No, that counts as a hazard when you're trying to determine encounters and
You
stuff.
also got a Gandalf.
When you're doing your shifts, that's the thing that determines kind of when something happens or not.
Oh! Good thing I'm sleeping in my troll.
Brian has generated another troll.
You're sleeping in a troll?
His wife comes.
It is
And finds a dwarf inside her.
Alright.
What? I made a house for a reason.
Okay.
Use it.
It's more of a burrow, actually. Although for a dwarf, it could be a cottage.
So you're walking around doing your rounds.
Where are these guys? Are they up on the hill?
They're up on the hill sleeping. So you're walking around doing your rounds. You're over near the river part of the camp. When roll your athletics. Okay.
Gets cartwheels.
A snake drops down around your shoulders, a large constrictor type snake, and starts to try to coil around.
Okay. Can I roll my athletics to try, or do I parry it, or what?
So at this point, I have no idea what stance you're moving. I'm going to say defensive. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think that'll be defensive.
So 12 plus your 4 parry, so 16.
Because I'm completely taken by surprise.
Yep. And he got the Eye of Sauron
Who's
as
an
well. So the snake is wrapped around you and is beginning to constrict, but has not wrapped around your throat yet, but it's starting to coil around. And
I call out and ask for help.
Okay. All of you roll your listen.
What is our
Is there a
listen?
listen? Oh, what the heck is it? What's it called?
Awareness.
Awareness. Thank you. And next round, it's going to wrap around your neck.
No.
I got a little Gandalf.
13.
And you do take
24 and 2
What did you roll?
tea rooms.
24 and 2 teams. Nice. You wake up instantly. And by the way, you do take 4 from constriction.
The
4
killer
rounds.
harvest
Endurance.
thing.
Mhm.
The deadly harvest.
Gandalf for a 5.
And the what?
And a 5.
Okay, so you wake up suddenly, you heard something.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
The points I lost
You haven't had a
from the
chance
night
to rest.
before.
You haven't. That night hasn't passed yet. You're in an early shift.
No, this is a day later. 'Cause
Oh,
you
from
said that
before.
he did this. Yeah, from when the troll inflicted the damage. I
Okay,
was just wondering
so
how long it takes.
The day happened.
Because I was supposed to ignore the effects of wounded or weary, but I wasn't ever sure if I actually was. But you didn't tell me I was, so I'm assuming I wasn't
I don't think you were.
weary or wounded or whatever.
Right.
I'd have to
You're
drop.
just low endurance.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter. It's
Other
a day
than if
later.
You get to 0.
Okay.
Yeah, you haven't had a full night's rest yet.
Right.
So you haven't had a chance to heal up that endurance.
Should have taken
probably
your
much.
advice.
Apparently I'm deeply asleep. I got a 13.
The other 2. Sawyer snores, saws
I'm like
logs.
seriously underachieving today.
Ireland also saws logs. Alright.
And you didn't wake up.
So 2 you jolt awake. You know something woke you that you heard a helping, but you don't know where from. You wake up and immediately know somewhere that way, and you know who it was.
Okay.
So, describe what you do.
So, I wake up to people sleeping.
Okay. What? You're still. You can hear him calling out to the
Say, Grimwell's in danger. We've got to go. And I just take off.
now wrapping around.
I'm on
your
our
neck.
heels, I guess.
I'm coming grimly for sure.
Thank you.
So you hear him. Help me! And then you can't hear him. Roll an athletics check to try to break loose of the.
Can I use my dagger on it?
If you want to, you could try and attack on it.
Try not to fumble.
It's going to be a pretty high target number, but go ahead.
I
Of
hit
course,
it.
I am a big strapping guy. I might just try an athletics check. Which 2 dice.
You're probably better off with a dagger, but go ahead.
Really?
Go ahead.
Damage of 3, injury 12.
Now, does that count as forward or open for him?
He's in defensive.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try the dagger.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
I pull out my dagger. I managed to pull out my dagger from my belt.
Okay.
And I try to cut the boa constrictor. What? Cut the snake. The snake. Thank you.
I'm gonna call him Bob.
I try cutting the
What about
snake where it's trying to constrict against, trying
Alright.
to inflict a wound.
All right. What?
2.
Ow. What'd you roll?
2, 1, and 1.
Oh, 1 and 1. 1 on the feet die. And 1 on this.
Wow.
Apparently he's
Okay.
out of breath.
I'm somewhat
Ouch.
feeble, I think.
You're,
So,
you're-
So Brian,
I drop my
you
dagger.
drop to your knees.
Okay.
I'm sweet. Not.
All right.
want me to do it?
You were up. You were the most awake.
Right. And I shouted to wake people up, and then I just took off.
Did you grab any weapons or anything?
So, yeah, I grabbed my short sword.
Okay. Grab your short sword. You know exactly where it came from. So you head that way. You were the next to wake up there.
Yeah, I'm climbing out of my troll.
Okay, so you got a little ways to go. You have a general sense. You can kind of see her against the silhouette of the fire. Take a
I'm
blue
gonna
light
head
back.
up the hill.
She woke me up, so I went chasing after her.
So you're gonna follow up.
Figuring
You'll be
she
a
knows
little
where she
further
is.
back. All right. It'll take you another round to get to him. All right, it's next round.
Doesn't sound like you can.
Yeah. Gotta be quick.
Take another 4 endurance. As it's constricting on you.
Yeah.
So
Luckily,
is this
not,
a,
luckily, it didn't get a great success or anything.
is this a snake of
Could
sword?
have been deadly.
I'm down to 14.
Yeah, it's getting scary. And your head's starting to swim. Athletics check to still keep breathing.
Okay. $16.
Oh,
Not bad.
okay. You managed to just pry just enough off your neck to just get a little, just barely enough to get a gasp of air.
Right.
And then you want to try to stab again?
Yeah.
Okay.
14 with a success.
Oh,
Great.
T-room.
that's a hit. It was pretty easy to hit. What's your damage?
With a dagger, it's 3.
Okay.
Yeah, just Gandalf. So, yeah.
I would have gone after you with an axe.
And
Oh, yeah.
you got a great success, so you get to add your hero damage.
The good news is I hit it. The bad news is I got myself.
Grimwald, you get to add your hero damage because you had a great success.
Okay, so my hero's damage is rating is 7.
Ooh, nice.
So 7 plus 3, so that's
All right,
10.
you give it a good. You feel it cut into a chunk of its body. It tightens even more defensively, crunches down on you. One more round. You can see him now down on his knees, and you're falling to the side, and the snake is just even tighter.
Thanks, like you.
Well, you're getting lucky on these rolls. Just 4 more. Just didn't get a greater extraordinary. Just be glad. No greater extraordinary or edge.
Okay.
All right, you see him on the ground, and a big old snake is wrapped around him. He's got a dagger stuck in it, and it's wrapped around his throat too.
Run up and whack the snake with my sword.
Don't fumble.
I broke that open. I
Take a
chopped
swing.
Grim's
No,
head
I'm
off.
looking at with.
Whoops,
Oh,
sorry.
I'm not very good with the sword.
Did that hurt?
Still safer than shooting with a bow. Hold still! Hold still!
I would just fire.
13.
Oh my gosh, she's in trouble.
Actually, because of its stance, that's a hit. Did you have any 6s or anything?
No.
Okay, what's your damage?
Short sword, it's 5.
It's something nice.
Okay. You take a chunk out of it. You feel it crush you even tighter.
Oh, kill
You hear him
it!
groan in pain. You hear a little pop, pop, pop. Your joints and stuff are starting to get crunched.
What about his
Athletics? Athletics?
Athletics is 2 ranks.
Okay, roll
Yeah,
athletics.
yeah, sorry. I was just thinking about, so at this point with Furious, it doesn't make a difference, does it?
Oh, what would it do exactly?
Well, remember, furious is ignoring the effects of weary or miserable. So that's just the long-term effects of
Right.
battle. It doesn't keep
You're
me
not
from
there
losing.
yet,
Yeah, it's the damage is still happening. Can I expend a hope point?
If you wish to try to increase the success of something.
Yeah, I think I'd like to.
Okay.
Yeah. So what this would
At
be?
this point, the athletics check is to keep from passing out.
Oh, is that all it is?
At this point.
Then I'll wait on the hope point until I try to do something desperate.
Okay. And remember, you can add the whole point after your roll.
Right.
Interesting thing about this game.
Nice
17.
17. Okay.
Right, with a great-
So you get a better grasp. The snake seems to be a little bit weaker, and take another deep grasp of breath and clear. Your head clears a little bit.
I'd like to spend a hope point.
Okay.
What I'm hoping to do is kind of, while I still have some strength left,
Mm-hmm.
see if I'm able to actually push off a coil. Is that possible?
Yeah, I think since you got a great success there with that added, it's weakened enough between you stabbing it and her stabbing it that you could at least get the coil off your neck with both your hands. So you won't be able to.
If I use
it
a hope
further. If you use hope point, you'll use both hands and all your might
That's what I
to
do.
pry it off your neck.
Okay.
Okay. So it's off your neck.
Strong for a human.
Its head is up here hissing at you.
Yep.
Okay, and that's your thing. Okay. Ooh, you lucked out there. Yeah, no room. It's in your favor. It goes to try to bite you
And bites itself.
and just falls completely short.
Question.
Kind of hard to fumble that. What?
Does it have enough of a bite that it bites itself?
And usually constrictors aren't poisonous, but they can still take a chunk out of you.
That's kind of his own
Swallow you whole.
Well, that would be the idea.
They can have diseases, though. All right.
Living
It's
in
your
a swamp.
turn, Poppy.
No disease.
I
Disease?
Actually, do I show up at this point?
You are just coming up, yeah, just behind her, but
Um,
let her finish her
Okay.
thing first.
so. How is this? Is it? I'm trying to figure out if it makes more sense for me to hack at it again, or if it makes more sense for me to try and use my sword to pry it away.
Or impale its head.
If you try to pry it, you're very likely to cut him while trying to wedge. Probably
Okay.
hacking's really the only thing you can do.
You won't mind.
Okay,
You could try to
so
go for it.
I'll try and I'll hack at it again.
Okay.
Go with it. I'm sure he needs some.
Yeah, whose head did we chop off? Snip?
6.
Okay.
I
It crunches on you, you kind of roll around struggling with it, and you end up hitting dirt as he rolls out of the way. You come running up,
Okay.
just as she misses a swing.
Athletics check to grapple with the snake's head.
Nice.
All
Snake foot sling.
All right, Tarzan.
I just do it really bad pitch to show how manly Tarzan really was.
I think I managed it.
No great success or anything though. So you come pouncing on its head,
That's
grab
21.
its head, and you're holding its
And
head.
that's still 20.
I know, and you're holding its head, and you're holding it off, and it's
Okay.
snaking around.
Snake.
I guess
But-
that takes up my entire action.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was going to draw my dagger and try
So-
I'm talking like this big around kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh my
about
goodness,
that,
this is like an anaconda.
Yeah. No, it's not small.
Snake's
You're
reaction.
still lucky to be alive. That's the end of that round.
Do I?
You'll be there the next round. 4 more endurance points crushing on you. But you're still conscious, but you're hurting. I mean, your ribs and your joints are all in pain. Doesn't stop you, of course, but
I'm at 6.
you're going to pay for it later. He's close to passing out.
Oh, is that what I do? Is that my original one?
And then leave your original one.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't erase your original total.
That's what I was doing.
I erased all of them.
I would think I was at 24 originally.
That
was.
sounds right.
That sounds right.
I was, and you have about the same as
All right. Poppy. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Your turn. What do you?
I try to take my dagger and put it through its.
Okay.
Here.
You'll have to release your
Oh.
double-handed grip on its head.
Right.
He's
probably
holding
not
his
a good
head too,
idea.
though.
Okay.
So.
With one hand here,
Mhm. You gonna try?
I'm gonna try.
All right, it's not able to break free from your grasp.
So if the
Two of
snake
you.
drops its weapon, what does it drop?
Let's go of him.
Okay. I'm gonna try a cold shot. With
All right, well, let him finish his. So go ahead and roll your attack.
It's a 14.
That's a hit. Not extraordinary or anything or great, but you take another stab at it and poke a hole in it, and it hisses in pain. What's your damage?
That is 3,
Okay.
and
You
then
didn't,
mine.
you didn't get a grade or anything. So you took a little chunk out of it, but not enough. It hisses in pain.
Okay, I'll whack at it again.
All right.
4. Oh dear.
Rolling around, miss again, hit the dirt.
Does this qualify as a furball?
What are you doing? You're still wrestling with it?
Cold shot.
Are you going to let go of its head to do that, or are you going to try to hold it?
Dagger.
So
I
you're
actually
try
have a
to-
sword.
Headbutt.
Are you going to try to hold it with one hand and stab it, or are you going to let go and try to stab it?
Trying to draw the sword across its throat.
So are you going to do with one hand holding it, or are you going to let go of it and grab your sword? And need a little
I'm gonna try
clarification?
and do it this way.
Okay. Just it'll be a different target number depending on what you try.
Well, let's see if it matters.
Yep.
Nope.
Ooh, that's not good.
It abandons Brian and goes for the elf.
That's not good.
Lovely.
What's your damage?
My damage?
Mm-hmm. Without your hero, just the weapon damage.
5. No, 6.
6.
It's 6 because I'm fell-handed.
You're trying, and the snake moves this way, and your sword pierces into his shoulder. He screams in pain and passes out.
Sorry.
You're not going to die, but you pass out. Yeah, you're unconscious.
Oops, my bad.
Any more damage could kill you.
So
Dwarf, you come running up. Yeah, you're.
I'm gonna take a swing at the thing.
All right, take a chop. Do not fumble.
This is getting
Well, I'm
pretty
going- I wanna
crowded
swing away
environment.
Don't do cold shots, guys.
I want to make sure to swing away from
Do not fumble.
I didn't plan on it.
Oh, wait a minute. Cold shot with Mara Soren is particularly bad, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you just stabbed him in the shoulder. What?
16.
Any 6s or anything? All right. What's your damage for your weapon?
5.
Yeah.
This thing's not gonna kill
The
me.
snake is bleeding quite a bit. If you were conscious, you'd feel its grip loosening. Even though its impulse is tighten, it's getting very weak. But not quite enough to finish it off.
Thrashing about
my
from the
short
ground.
However, it does lack the strength to do any more damage at this point. It's just holding on for dear life. You're unconscious.
Literally.
So it's my turn.
It is your
Sorry.
turn, yes.
That's okay.
Oh, I'm whacking at it again.
Okay.
10.
10. You hit it. It's not thrashing around the way it was from all its wounds. So that's a hit, and that's a great success. So you get to add both your damage and the weapon damage.
So that's weapon damage, so that's 9.
There you go. All right, and your attack.
Yeah, I'm not going to try a cold shot this time.
Are you going to hold on and attack, or try to just attack straight?
Yeah, just the same thing I tried last
So
time.
hold on and try that. Okay.
Hopefully without stabbing Brian.
Yeah, without killing him at this point.
9 plus 8.
17.
Okay, that's a hit. What's your damage?
I am using my favorite stats. Not that it matters, I guess.
Doesn't matter unless you
6.
try to hold point it. Okay, and dwarf. Take a swing at it. You're all taking chunks out of it, and I'll tell you the results in
Hey, look, chunky salsa.
a minute. Get a rope.
Oh, great success.
Base
What'd
pecan
you
is
get?
made by folks in San Antonio.
This
Stuff
stuff
was
was
made in New York City.
New York City.
18.
Get a rope.
18.
18, definitely a hit. What's your damage?
5.
All right. Between the three of you, stab, hack, stab.
I
The
also have a
snake
short
convulses
I-
and falls limp.
I also have a short swing.
Okay. I would like to try my healing arts.
Okay.
Some of us stab more than the snake.
All right.
Cut off its head.
Friendly fire.
Yeah, that was.
Gandalf and 10.
Nice. What does that do?
Should I take a stab at that?
Well, what can I do?
What ability is this?
Healing.
So
I do have one rank in healing. Just that kidding aside.
I think that just speeds up the rate of recovery. So that's good. I mean, that's.
Is that under your
You guys gonna unravel
Is that
the snake? I
Yeah.
assume. You guys didn't tell me what to do. You unravel the snake. You leave it there. What do you do?
I'll cut off its head and kick it into the river.
Okay.
Don't do that. It's
Chop!
good.
Too late. He chopped its head off, kicked it into the swamp.
It's meat on the table.
Yeah, but
This snake looks particularly
Snakes-
unsavory.
snakes can still bite when they're dead.
We wouldn't have to eat
Unsavory
orcs if we kept
snake.
it.
Yeah, but snakes have a tendency to still bite when they're dead.
This is true.
They convulse. Right?
Yep. Their nervous system's a little bit.
So Adventure Book, page 90 for healing. What?
It's like a chicken, but it can kill you.
I compared a snake to a deadly chicken.
In a story, the chickens can kill you
Deadly chicken.
because they're giant chickens.
Vocal chicken. Healing. As a matter of fact, Gandalf, who had often been in the mountains, had once rendered a service to the eagles and healed their lord from an arrow wound. The knowledge of how to relieve pain and apply remedies to restore health to the suffering is an ancient one, and treatments differ from culture to culture. Almost all traditions, however, agree on the treatment of serious injuries which must be immediately tended to keep from worsening. The healing skill includes bone setting and the use of herbs or salves, but the outcome relies on the ability of the healer to understand what ails the sufferer and determine what should be done. That tells me nothing.
Okay, so what can I see?
Initially, the main wound you're concerned about, you don't know about internal bleeding. Main wound is he's got a sword stab through his shoulder.
I'll take care of that.
It actually
So
looked-
I'll
did he
address
roll on
that
There you go.
Yeah, you had leather.
first.
Recovery. It's under category
He,
recovery.
Brian roll.
Alright, so
I
that's
gotta
what you're doing.
be
You're
careful with that.
disinfecting,
Still.
bandaging his
Still
shoulder
get armor.
wound.
Yeah.
Alright.
Actually, Drake's pointing out he probably
He
should
still,
have
get,
rolled
he still
armor
gets armor.
What?
He still gets
against
armor.
my missed attack.
Well, that was for piercing, and it wasn't piercing. It was just the hit points. You didn't do a piercing attack.
Right.
What is this endurance then?
Yes.
Means it
He
didn't
lost 6
draw
endurance.
blood.
He lost 6 endurance. Well, to make it interesting, because how do you explain a sword knocking out 6 hit points when he was just trying to take a stab?
I could have hit him with the hilt or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe he bit.
Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah.
I should have bit
And he
the
had
snake.
only 6 hit points left, so that's why it was that
We
serious.
should have bit the snake.
Oh, crud, I just forgot the page number. I just looked up.
92.
Hmm?
What page for what?
I was looking up recovery. I just looked it up and then I got sidetracked by that. Actually.
Sorry.
Let's see, recovery
Still in control.
145. Treating wounds. A wounded character may attempt to speed his recovery by making a healing roll against moderate difficulty of 14. And you had what? 16, something like that? 18? So you had something.
Yeah.
A character who is not unconscious may attempt the roll himself or allow another character to tend him. A successful healing roll does not remove a wound, nor does it restore lost endurance points, but lets the player underline the wound label on the character sheet to mark the injury as treated. The lore master should not allow a failed healing roll to be repeated until at least a day has passed, as the failure of the treatment won't be immediately apparent. A wounded character whose injury was treated successfully recovers more rapidly than a hero with an untreated wound. Treating dying characters. Dying characters must have their wounds successfully treated with a healing roll within approximately 12 hours, or they will die. So you've taken care of that. As soon as their wound is treated successfully, they are not considered to be dying anymore. Resting, recover endurance. Player heroes recover a number of endurance points for every prolonged rest they enjoy every day, usually a night's sleep. The amount of points recovered depends on the current health of the character. A wounded hero with an untreated injury recovers 1 endurance point. A wounded hero with a treated injury recovers 2 endurance points. So that just doubled healing.
Mhm.
An uninjured hero recovers 2 endurance points plus a number of points equal to his heart rating. So you never actually had a wound check, right? You just lost endurance points. So I'm going to say because you successfully, so you will heal 2 endurance points plus the number of points equal to your heart rating. What's your heart rating? That's thanks to her administration.
Really fast.
Administrations.
That's what's up.
Heart rating is 4, but 7 favored. I don't know. Is it 4 then?
I guess it's 4. I don't know unless you have a special thing for healing underlined.
Like regenerating fast.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So it would be 6 points of endurance you get.
I wouldn't actually be able to. I have 1 point of healing, but I wouldn't actually.
My hand
to
to strike as well.
So with a night's rest, you'll have 6 points of hit, 6 endurance points back.
My hand has a straight throw.
Cancer.
It's dragon cancer.
And your fatigue rating affects how much you can carry too.
This
So
is gonna be
you can only carry 6 encumbrance.
Yes.
You can't carry
I feel bad. I'll try to. This is really interesting. Well, actually,
Hey
no.
Drake, don't. You're gonna risk spilling something, please, Drake. Please.
Actually, we can put his extra equipment in the boat until it heals up.
Yeah.
He thought he was
Almost
gonna-
bit it over a snake.
Well, the snake almost bit.
Your morale about this place is not improving.
I'm
This
keeping
is
it
an
up
awful,
with the snow.
awful place.
Actually, Hockey almost got killed by his fellowship focus.
That's not good for your morale either.
You chose him as a fellowship focus.
Yeah, you should have seen the look in his face when the sword went from the snake into his shoulder. Just,
I'm not gonna live that one down.
Here, let me help you.
You guys carry him back to the camp? You're not conscious yet.
No.
You will be sleeping. So you guys leave him there or carry him back?
You should carry him back, but I'm not strong enough to do that.
I can do it, I think.
I can't see.
Between the 2 of you.
Like a
He's a
surgeon
dwarf and
drama.
him. The others have come running up too, so
Dwarf.
they can help.
Yeah, finally they.
Dwarf and orc.
Dwarf and orc.
It's a song.
Yeah, dwarf and orc, a battle not worth telling.
Or
Spear
singing.
or sword, cork, with which should you be assailing? Just bop that dwarf on the head with the cork.
and
See if his axe don't sing. Just take that axe upon your skull and see if your head don't ring.
Good song.
It's fun. It's Glass Hammer.
Last hammer.
Glass Hammer, their Middle Earth album. It's a fun one. So, you guys haul him back to the camp.
Should we put him in the troll? Safer. And snakes don't go.
Spending more time here than I really wanted to. Actually, we haven't even finished the night yet.
No, that was just the second shift. So luckily there's a whole night's worth of rest.
Or,
So Erland shift on shift now. Let's see if he can roll any Saurons.
the lore master should not encourage the dice.
Balin, it's your shift.
Oh god. So search.
Yep.
Yeah, you roll search.
So let's die. Oh no, 8. Never mind.
Good.
I'm not dead.
Uneventful night. You don't really notice anything.
And
All
back.
right, Lyndon.
Can I roll something else besides
Hmm?
search? Is there something else?
Search. Just search.
Not explore?
You're just out doing your rounds.
5.
Okay. Nothing.
No
untoward
IS or...
happens.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's all we're really checking for is a hazard.
I rolled the wrong dice. I rolled 2d6. But it's still 5.
Ha! It was meant to be. Okay, Poppy.
Ah,
Throw me
Sauron.
that pencil.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. You're making it difficult for me here.
The other snake drops on the hobbit.
Its cousin is angry.
A whole nest.
No, it's a garter snake. It wraps itself around the hobbit.
It's a gardener snake. It's about the same size to the
Brian,
hobbit.
can you use that snake for garters?
I'm unconscious, okay? I can't hear your bad jokes.
I take the
It's
snake
a
body
mercy.
with me, by the way.
I'm just thankful that this hobbit could cure, well, help to cure
I
me.
body a snake. Something.
Do we roll
She
awareness
does what
to
she
see if
can.
the hobbit dies quietly?
Hmm?
Do we roll awareness to see if we can notice the hobbit in danger?
Let me deal with her first, and then we'll see. You're asleep initially.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
I've got the snake body hanging. I might give it to you.
Apparently this area has been used for snake nets.
I'm just gonna make a sword or something, or a scarf.
You're just pushing the limits of the hazard checks here.
Would be mud.
Leaves and stewed hobbit.
What?
It's quoted from a chapter title.
She is carrying all the herbs and stuff. Should make her taste.
Is it tasty, precious? Is it scrumptious?
Potatoes.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
I used to be able to do a good Gollum and Ring Wraith impersonation. Now I can't do Splat.
A few more sessions, I think we'll have this down as far as this whole process. It's
Go for
coming
Stone Live.
faster each time. Yeah.
Well, I'll be alive.
2.0. Fellowship 2.0.
No, the rest of us will be fine, but Brian will be on his third
at least
character.
you stopped at 0. You didn't go negative.
Brian will be on his third character right now.
Well,
I'm not even the one with the death wish.
oh no, that's a snake.
No, that's me.
Oh yeah, you like orcs.
No, I hate orcs. I like killing them. Though.
Close enough. They should make orc an elf. Or no, dwarf an elf. Orc.
So I'm left up here now. Am I?
Yes.
And I'm assuming that you good folk are probably guarding me.
I'm sleeping.
Yeah, you're back under your troll.
Poppy's out eating another snake.
Alright.
I suggest
Stop
put me in
it.
there.
This is now a roll your search to see if you spot it before it
Is she in the
spots
same
you.
area as before?
No, she's actually on the other side, on the western side. Ooh, good.
9,
That'd
10,
be great.
22 with a great success.
Excellent. Alright, so luckily you spot it before it sneak attacks you. You catch movement in the trees all around you,
Please don't say spider.
and you spot and realize that it looks like several large arachnid-looking shapes moving in the
Bye.
trees, dropping webs here and there. And you
You're
see one of
asleep.
them
I'm in the troll for a reason.
with its many faceted eyes, a little bit of firelight from the camp reflecting off.
Don't hobbits get a racial +2 against spiders?
And you see it throw a thread of silk at you.
Um,
I don't even get to be
I
part of this battle.
shoot it with an arrow.
I'm so
I'm
disappointed.
sneaking through it.
Great.
I
After the last one, do you really want to be part of any battle?
Yes, on the other side of the battle from you.
And scream while I'm.
Okay, just scream, just like
Yeah. Yes, nothing articulate. Just pure balls out fear.
Isn't that just ambient music in this area?
or some other anatomy.
I would just yell,
Over out fear.
"Followers!"
Super map. Numbers. Or can I use this?
Go ahead.
You know,
Six
Kate,
victims
if I was
special
playing,
ability.
been there all day,
I
I was
don't
playing
know.
myself, I'd just run back
68.
to camp and hide in the troll. Because that's one way to be safe from those other break
You
control.
can't run back to the camp and hide in the troll. The troll is not in the same place.
Frodo felt something seize him by the ankle, and he fell with a cry. The creature's main form of attack has hit. The creature may hold on to the target to reduce the mobility of the victim. A seized victim cannot change stance, and sees its parry rating reduced to half. The seasoned creature cannot attack with its main weapon as long as it is seasoned the target for these secondary attack it possesses from. Alright, so let's see what its attack is. Snare.
I might be seeing this one out, guys.
Grim will have to lead from the front.
I'm assuming you're in defense stance.
Yes.
So what is your parry?
7.
That's
That means you have a 10 and a 19.
Okay.
So you easily step aside and its web just
That's
goes
not
plop on the
metal
ground.
or stone.
There's 2 of them up there you've now identified. So the other one also
2.
misses.
3 is fine too.
So now your turn. And you're screaming now.
Okay.
Deal with
It's-
what's
okay.
the second one.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, screaming
Make it look like Spider-Man.
bloody murder,
Mhm.
and shooting again, because I don't trust they won't come after me.
I don't know how it's been deadly with those before.
We'll get a medicine check.
Yeah, what are they doing?
Well, 13, 14.
You're shooting it with the bow?
Yeah.
Okay, left or right?
We keep great.
The left one shot at you first.
Then that's the one I'm going after.
Okay. What'd you get?
14.
That's a hit.
Is there a grade?
Sting!
Yeah, there
Alright,
was.
what's your damage?
So damage plus your hero damage.
9. Oh no, 5 and 7 is 12.
Ooh, ouch. Pierce it into the eye, it screams, it falls to the ground, splat.
Nice one.
And
Okay.
No, it's nearly flesh.
Watch out for Poppy, man. Deadly with that bow.
It's like
that was exactly the hits you needed
okay.
for a kill.
Oh, good.
It's like
It's
that.
like Hawkeye.
Alright, so each of you roll your
No.
awareness.
No, it's all the Hawkeyes. The Avengers.
Oh, I don't know the Avengers.
Yeah, he's
I'm up.
killer with a bow.
What'd you get?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Okay.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, plus a great success, T1.
Okay, good. And Drake?
6.
Okay, you're not awake. Alright, you wake up, the other 2 are snoozing, you're the only one to wake up.
I'm gonna troll actually.
Oh, and
I'll,
you're separate from the group too, so.
I'll sort of run past and nudge people, or attempt to nudge people
Alright.
awake as I run with the sound of it.
Alright, they're slowly waking up. Alright, you run towards her screaming.
Yep.
And right after this, ah! You hear
Poppy's done.
Alright, the remaining one shoots a web out at you.
At me?
Yep.
Oh, wonderful.
And
You're the only target at the moment.
you easily, nimbly dodge aside.
Okay.
You call that
Your turn.
accuracy?
And I'm shooting at it now.
And
Gandalf.
Gandalf Rune.
Oh,
And,
God.
So that's
10.
and that means okay, what'd you get total?
Gandalf plus 10.
10. Okay, so your damage is
I guess if I really wanted to kill orcs, I should have been a hobbit.
and your edge.
You're bravely
Plus 10.
towering over here.
I'm not
So you also got a piercing, so now it gets to try to resist its armor.
Carving of tree.
Can you not finished your work? You're
And
such a
it
perfectionist.
fails. So you get.
You see those fires? Those aren't perfect. Nothing was hollow.
So what does that do? Oh, it's a wound. Doesn't matter though. You just shot it in the eye, one of the eyes as well, and it falls to the ground. You come running up and you see Poppy there with her bow and 2 dead spiders on their backs, about 10 feet away from her.
Get him.
Sorry to wake
twitching.
you. I thought I was going to need help.
There you go, crying
You're
spider again.
deadly. Deadly with that bow.
Do you remember what you
What?
said? Crying spider.
Yeah.
Well, then we're there.
Great. One snake takes out the Bjorning, and the Hobbit Off 2 spiders, 2 giant spiders.
Well, these are
Before the elf
actually
can get
technically adder cops. Great spiders are much worse.
Okay.
Yeah,
These are the
but
lesser
she'll
ones.
still kill them in one hit.
Just be glad they weren't a swarm. These would have just been scouts.
Okay, so who wants to generate the next dinosaur?
That's it. That was the last shift, and the sun's
So
coming
I'm
out.
waking up now.
Escape!
You're slowly waking up. The other 2 come running up. Huh?
I turn around and say to them,
You're actually waking up too because you've now healed your 6 points.
I turn around and say to
And
them,
I
Yeah,
weakly
nice
stood up.
sleep,
I
yeah.
think we should move our camp.
Or these.
Where in the marsh is anywhere? So
I have 6 now.
yes,
So are these
and you will heal that many per day of rest.
All spiders are venomous.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's
They
just
don't-
that
Tolkien's,
ones
all
that
of
are-
Tolkien's are.
Oh,
the ones that aren't venomous,
their
they
hairs are.
don't. No, they just don't have the strength to break your skin.
Okay, guys, can we carry on because
Yep.
I
We're out of time.
really enjoy role
Yep.
playing, and
Okay, go ahead.
we only have 45 minutes.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, so
Are we gonna-
it's morning, early morning.
So it's now 5 days ago that you left Esgarroth.
Yes, it's the 5th day
So
now.
more rations.
Day
Let's
5.
break the camp, load in the boat, and head down the river. Or small.
So I wanted to ask the rest of the fellowship here. Do any of you have any idea or insight into where to go with the dwarves to see where the dwarves might have gone next? I have an insight in three ranges.
Okay.
So I'd like
What does that do? Look up the skill or special ability, whatever it is.
I recall you saying earlier something about you noticed a path. In the
Yeah, you guys found the yesterday. You found, or Ahir found the dwarves where they snuck off
in a direction.
and went back into the river, into the swamp, continuing with their boat.
Oh, with a boat.
South, yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, I did not know that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was.
I didn't
Yeah,
get that.
that was discovered.
I thought it was just
yesterday.
a
That was all you
Correct.
found, but Ahir found more, and Poppy joined and came back
Oh,
and told
okay.
you guys this. So,
never
so
mind.
you guys have an indication.
Okay, so then
Still, it wouldn't hurt to roll an insight if it's you don't know what else it might give you.
okay.
What does it do?
Well, let's see what it does.
Okay, I'm gonna roll insight.
What does it do?
Now look at insight. Player heroes can use insight to gauge the emotions of those they interact with, possibly revealing unspoken purposes or hidden
So it's
feelings.
sense motive.
A successful
Yep.
insight roll lets a character filter others' reactions and thus works better
So
when at
not
least
really
another
applicable.
companion is
I
provoking
can
useful
cut
responses
open
to the same
spiders,
kind of
action
action.
backs and get stuck out of it.
No.
Curious. I don't know how it works.
So then I could
Exactly.
roll to see what his true motives were in sticking me. Just joking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So it's basically a sense motive.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all it is.
Okay.
So never mind.
Good enough.
Should I roll explore or are we just
I think
getting
it
the
was a
boat?
whole.
You guys are getting in the boot.
Das Boot?
Have to help him. He can barely carry himself.
So me and the elf help carry.
Yeah. So you all
I
go
can
back
walk,
to
but
the
you're
boat,
gonna have
push
to
the
carry
boat back
all
into
my
the
stuff
water.
along.
You load him up and
Oh, we're just.
start following the course. So
What are you talking about? You can carry lots of stuff. There's more. You've got like incredible
they're
endurance.
man, tons of capacity.
Just nickname.
I'm making you snakes to pull up.
So
Or snakes to can.
previously we had Erland as Scout 2. Grimgerald was Huntsman.
Yep.
I
You're
went
not
with
doing
guide.
anything at this point.
No, I'm not.
I went with guide.
Well, Erlin and Ahir were both scouts, so maybe one of them could talk
Balin
back
was a
to the-
cartographer, Poppy a lookout, Ahir a scout, and Lyndon was a guide.
I think I make your snakes.
I get 3 dice when we're in the boat because it's athletics
Okay.
instead of
Okay.
explore.
So everybody roll each of your abilities. Let me know what you get.
And a snake drops onto the boat.
Don't give
So
any
you
ideas.
remember for your positions what your what stats to use, what the
No.
skills to use? All right.
I got a
so-
tea room.
I did too.
Okay.
Also got
And that's for your
success.
explorer, right?
No, that is for
Or
my
athletics. Athletics. That's to keep from getting stuck in the
Yeah.
roots and things like
let's
that.
see.
So this is called. Let's see, what is this?
10, 11.
What's this called? These positions that you're in?
I'm
Called,
guide.
No, I know, but I mean, I forget what the game calls that.
Company?
Status. It's your status. Alright, stance.
I rolled 17, even though my feet room was.
Yeah, I rolled a 17 Gandalf room.
Did you want some more of this? I could try.
No, thank you.
I don't see stat. Okay, so it must be roll
16.
stat. Oh, what is it?
Actually, this is for
I
16.
had 3
Well, it's
stars,
roll.
that's
Sorry,
fine.
that's stats. It's roll.
Makes 16 something.
Roll.
I kind of like the
This is the hidden door.
It was a bit.
Okay,
Dry.
what do you want me to make for snakes?
Not sweet.
Yeah.
It's not under ROLE.
It didn't.
Under
It
hero.
didn't drain out my life force of dehydrate me.
Right.
So I wouldn't consider it dry per se.
Just like a little pack that I can put things in.
Alright, so I'll make you it's gonna be a big pouch actually.
His nickname is Paxton.
What are you doing, Greg?
Map thing.
Okay.
27.
Wow. Good job. Any sixes or anything? All right. How many do you have? 4? Wow.
I can make anything, including a snake.
So that's where that
It's like a
snake
dwarven
I also
pirate.
made him.
Yeah.
I also made him a snake skin pack thing. I rolled for that.
Gosh,
earlier.
No
man, I
snake
can't
skin
figure
foods.
out where the heck roll is.
I just asked what he wanted to make. So I rolled it. Room.
I'm looking for ROLE, roll. It's whether you're a scout, huntsman, cartographer. What page is that on?
It's in the fellowship section.
Cartographer is not actually it's that rule.
It's what you're doing.
Iron Adventurers, book 155.
Yeah, fellowship phase.
This is how detailed my map is.
Actually, no, the fellowship phase here is
Yeah, I don't see
between
it's more.
adventures.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what
on 155 is
Yeah.
guide.
I mean, it looks more like swamp, but
it should be a list of huntsmen.
watery.
Look
Well,
out,
until I saw
scout.
that picture that he shows. I was thinking.
Yeah, that's
well,
what
why
I should
don't-
look under the
Yeah,
line.
guide.
Scout.
One
Or
companion
warrior.
should have the responsibility of
I've
guiding
seen
the group
pictures.
during the journey.
Okay.
The guide is responsible for decisions such as when the group should stop for a rest or how to manage their reserves of
Okay.
food.
Overhead.
The main
I
asset
still
of a
thought it
good
was
guide
better,
is
like, not
travel.
quite the first,
Okay.
you know. Like,
That's
Or
where
the
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 scout is explorer.
So that is
so
why
that's part I didn't
Lyndon
understand.
has
I thought
that.
we were like,
Well,
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
the first camp was just on
but
the side.
am I correct
yeah,
in
right.
that
And the second one
athletics,
was
it
inside.
changes
No,
athletics
it's,
in a boat?
it's explore. I don't know
Well,
where
that could just
came
be-
from.
along the running river.
I don't know.
Yeah,
the way
scout
it's
is explorer.
No,
Uh,
the athletics was if you failed, you would have to do an athletic. No, actually, you're right. You're right. It did say that for the boat. That was your ability to keep from getting stuck in the boat.
Snakes,
That's
yeah.
right.
Because that would have
You're
meant I
right.
would
No, you're right.
Like
You're right. It was explore
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
left,
yeah.
but
waterproof.
in the boat.
Yeah,
it's
that's what I was
not
thinking.
like
It's
you're
like
right.
I could put bandages and
And
things
then
on there
they
that
come
come
in
in
a
dry.
hole in here since it's not in
So,
here where it
okay.
should be.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
roll, see, traveling.
so
Companions.
My matches. They can keep my matches dry.
It was in here,
If
but
I have
in a
matches.
position that
I
I couldn't
probably
see it.
wait torches.
Traveling, is there traveling?
Oh, there you
rolls?
go.
That's what-
It's under traveling companions.
No.
Well, I mean, in here, it's
I
under
think that's in the boat,
traveling
actually.
rolls. So,
They wanted to catch fire.
Okay.
the exact thing.
Okay.
I'm just, anyway. All right.
Actually, I don't think.
We have poultices, bandages, herbs.
So,
Snakes.
yeah,
Yes.
I made a snakeskin pouch for him out of the snakeskin. I rolled a 17 with a G roll and a great success.
Okay. It'll take time to dry out in the sun and everything,
Yeah.
so it won't be immediate. What little sun there is.
He doesn't make me a giant pack. Just big
Yeah,
enough.
I understand. It still has to dry
That's a
out.
lot of snakeskin.
Yeah. Yes. All right.
I figure I can make something.
But we just won't stay here too long because.
Okay. Well, you guys are all in the boat moving.
No,
He's just drying it on the
No,
boat.
this
No, you
place.
guys- yeah. You're still in the marsh.
I'm. Oh, and
You're slowly floating downstream.
am I? Do I? Does the place? Is it still getting us down?
Yes. You're still deep in the marsh. It's not getting
For
pretty.
the sloop to spawn.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
I'm so glad someone else has that reference.
What reference? Pilgrim's Progress.
Apparently, if you want to go brawling on people, you just use your dagger.
Did you read that when in school or
College, yeah.
college?
Yeah, it's
No, allegory's kind of creepy, but
hold it nature.
it was actually it was groundbreaking
Sorry?
at the time. Yeah, it was not really the kind of thing one did.
Yeah,
In some ways, you can make an argument it was the first fantasy novel because
I can see that.
it was, although it was allegorical, it was the whole idea was I had a dream, and in my dream I saw a man walking, and it's all about these fantastic things that happened to him.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, I can see that.
but back in his time, and in the Christian community he was part of, people were fairly literal, and so he was taking that kind of leap of the imagination and saying, well, what if I wrote a story, it's completely fanciful, but, he would defend it and say, well,
Right.
there's, it's kind of meant as a way to, encourage you and all that.
Right.
Sort of talking points.
Well, I mean, some people would have said to him, look, you shouldn't, why bother writing? Of course, it helps that he was in prison for 12 years. A lot of time on your hands.
Got nothing else to do.
Yeah. He would whittle. John Bunyan would take a chair leg and whittle it out to make a flute
Oh my.
and play that.
Well, still attached to the chair?
Alright.
No.
Oh.
Apparently the chair wasn't in great shape to start with. And he also made shoelaces and sold them to support his family while he was in prison.
Man,
It's pretty interesting.
yeah.
And the only reason he was in prison was because he was preaching without
A license.
license. So he could have at any point, they were really nice to him actually, the jailer. He could have gone home if he had promised that he wouldn't do it again. But it was a conscience thing.
Promise, so you can put it all.
And his family lived just down the street. His blind daughter came every day with soup.
Oh.
And it'd be hard.
Yeah, it would be.
He's one of my heroes.
Well, I should leave the curry with
Religious
somebody
descent,
who wants it.
With what?
I don't think my mom wants the curry back, so if somebody wants to,
I could put it in a bowl thing, or did you want to take it with you?
Doesn't matter to me.
we can lift out the entire liner.
Okay.
We've got big boys. I have 3 young girls. Although my oldest does put it away.
So we have 3 big girls.
No, he has 3 very slight girls.
Alright.
I've seen them on Skype.
So you float down slowly, and you come to the part where the rotting river, the black, stinky, putrescent river, dumps into the swamp, and just adds to the horrible odors
Miasma.
already coming out. Yes, in miasma. Yep. And
I hope my stab wound doesn't get infected.
Too many ideas.
she took care of that, fortunately.
I thought you were going to say unfortunately.
As the day progresses,
This is day 5.
beyond, yes, since you left at Ezra,
Yeah.
beyond the rotting river, the watercourse breaks against tangles of hoary willow trees, standing closer and closer together, increasingly shutting out the light of day even at its brightest.
Okay, I'm sorry. Could you just read this one more time?
You bet. So beyond the rotting river as you continue south, the watercourse breaks against tangles of hoary willow trees, standing closer and closer together, increasingly shutting out the light of day, eventually even blocking the day at its brightest. The drooping branches trail into the water, and their moldering roots sink deep into the gray slime. The river then disappears in a vast fen without wind or tide.
Maybe we should have gone with swings.
Sounds like a good spot for a vacation.
How do you intend to proceed?
Build a vacation house.
Shh, come on.
The boat's just sitting there.
The dwarven, is an abandoned boat?
No, you're in the boat, and it's just stopped moving.
We have
Really?
Because it's
Fence.
become a fen.
No, row your boat.
gently down the.
So I say we pull over and look for signs.
Looks like the water here, for those of you of normal height, is about knee deep. That's it.
So I will have to swim.
For you, it would be chest deep, yes.
I was gonna say waist, but
I
guess she's shorter than I
Yeah, waist high.
You're an
Sorry,
elf.
you're right, waist high.
Everybody looks short to me, is that what you're saying?
Are dwarves shorter than hobbits or hobbits?
Dwarves are taller than hobbits.
Okay.
Dwarves are 4 or 5
Hobbit,
feet tall. Hobbits
dwarf,
are 2 to 3 feet.
Hobbit,
Dwarves and orcs are kind of close.
and elf.
Then dragon.
Orcs are a little taller than dwarves sometimes. Depends. Yeah. I have that queued up, by the way, when we're done.
Dragon tops them all.
Telling.
That song I have queued up when we're done.
Or singing.
Okay, guys, no, let's not waste time. So, yeah, I think that that'd be good to let us agree with the our small friend here. It is a wise thing to pull off to the side, or not to the side, but to explore. What say you? Look for sign of dwarf.
Okay, do you even hop out of the boat or what?
I'll stay and guard the supplies.
Yeah, it'd be wise for you to stay in the boat.
I'll stay with him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump out of the boat.
Actually, I'm gonna.
Okay, you and the other 3 hop out. You're,
Do you have
it's
a
so
boat?
deep for you that you'd be
Do you have
at
a
a
boat?
huge disadvantage.
Okay.
You're better off staying
So
out.
I'll stay with
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
minister.
So 3 of you stay on the boat and 3 of you hop out.
Yep.
So
I'm not willing to go.
No, I'm going to go with. I'm
oh, you are gonna hop out.
using the snake
I'm
skin.
lending
So for
you
you,
the
it's
skin.
thigh deep, kind of between the waist high and
He's
knee.
making the
I put my
snake
mask
move
on the
last.
snake skin.
Or you can leave with me if you want.
Yeah, but I want to back out the area. So.
Yeah, but you don't have to take all your.
So he's got a little easel as well. He props up the easel.
you should just leave your gear in the boat.
I am. I'm just taking some of my mask stuff.
Drake, do you have any
If you
fancy
fall
way?
in the
It's in
mud.
a snake skin. thing
Let's.
that I
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Let's,
you can carry away there. All right, that's still drying. It's
Okay.
it's still the same day.
Can I use Explorer or should I use?
Okay, so you can use Explorer, Search,
Okay,
whichever you
so
prefer.
can we-
Each of you.
so
Even those of you in the boat.
okay. So who's in the boat? Who's not?
I'm gonna go.
You
and
3
I
are in the boat.
Right.
Or you're right in the boat. Okay, and then
And those 3 are out.
these 3 are out. Exactly.
13. I got a 13,
Okay,
Gandalf
That's
Rune
not a
has
success.
plus 7.
and it's not.
and you got what?
G-Rune plus 7.
Okay, so all right, that's a success for you, Drake.
I'm in the boat.
16.
Okay, that's a success.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
What am I rolling?
Either Explore or Search, whichever works better for you.
We both won.
Okay.
So I don't expect a whole lot from them. 8.
You said you got a 16,
Mm-hmm.
and you had a G-Rune. Okay, so that's 2 successful searches or explorers. Which was that? Explorer search. What was yours?
Search.
Okay. So between the 2 of you, as a few hours go by, you're watching from the prow of the boat. They're kind of slogging through, kind of pushing and pulling the boat, and they don't even see it from their perspective. But where you guys are up, looking around and walking around the boat and checking, you see a sunk under the marshy waters, but visible from the surface of the water. It's just a few feet deep. A small boat that fits the description of the one that you believe Balin and Owen were using.
There might be a boat there.
It does look damaged, but you could inspect that. Yeah, you guys. So the 2 of you spot. Hey, oh, look over here! Over here.
I'm going to check boat.
You're gonna jump out.
I'm gonna go check.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. The other 2 just stand guard and watch. All right, you 2 look up at the boat, kind of pull it up out of the muck a little bit, or what? What do you do?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Look and see if they abandoned their supplies in the boat. Or
Well, it looks like something slashed at it with fangs or claws. There's no sign of the 2 missing dwarves in or around the boat.
Must have been another snake.
I'm gonna look around
It
for.
looks a lot bigger than that. The claw marks,
Could be a really
fang
giant.
marks. Yeah, it could be.
Oh, could be a crocodile.
Let's not. Yeah, keep going.
That's all the info available there. Their boat has been sunk, and
I'm
there's no sign
gonna
of
cast
damage.
about in a spiral.
Okay, roll your search or explore.
Explore.
Each of you can do this again. A few more hours of searching and exploring.
Ooh, success! I think.
What'd you get?
11, 12, 17, 18.
Okay,
And a T.
okay, good.
Yeah, I had 19 and a great success.
Great.
6.
Okay.
15 and great success.
Okay, your wounded condition is definitely making the show.
So, Brian,
The other 2 don't find anything, but the 3 of you do. So after a few more hours of searching, you guys start coming across several stretches of the marsh strewn with bones of differing ages. The remains belong to both animals and mannish types, strewn here and there.
Is this the afternoon now?
It is definitely the afternoon now, although it's hard to tell because it's
I
twilight
sense evil very
through the trees. So
That's where you used
lots
to
of
live.
bones strewn here and there, but no sign of
That's just where
dwarven.
you used to live.
You hope.
We're in Merc.
It's hard to tell sometimes from a
close.
thigh.
No, we're in Merc Swamp.
Yes. That reminds me of another song.
Thin bone, tin bone. Right, Uncle.
Yes.
So we found bones and
Yeah,
Like
lots
it's
here and there, like swaths of bones, and then clear for a while, and then another bunch of bones.
go to a corpse, pick up a bone, look for.
There's no full corpses, just bones.
I'm examining, looking for teeth marks, or
Yeah, definitely
are they
claw
the
and teeth
same?
marks.
Like is
Forensic
one
Maybe they
anthropology.
might fit.
or
They might fit the damage to the boat. It's hard to say, but possibly.
I did my
CSI.
correspondence.
That-
No, I did my correspondence with CSI of College by Night,
Like that.
putting my
Yes.
skills to
Is
use.
there a age difference between, like, in certain groups moving in a certain direction?
No, it doesn't seem to have a specific
Like fresher
pattern
bones in one
exactly.
direction.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, as you're progressing, it does seem to be getting a little bit fresher bones here and there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I whip out my mass spectrometer.
And more frequent too. The further you continue in the direction you're
I'm
going.
gonna-
So.
How
I'm gonna whip out
are the
LX.
how big are the teeth marks? I mean, are they like dragon
Yeah.
size?
No,
Splitting
no.
out.
But
You're
good size.
screwed if that thing
Hard,
goes
hard to
through.
judge.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
you're not CSI, so.
Hey, I've got a bowman with me.
The mail order actually.
She
mail
had a
order
bow.
seems to
All except bowman.
Thank you. It's a lot easier to say.
Let's splashing around, actually.
We're being very quiet, by the way. So that's to attract notice.
What do you guys do now?
Swamp thing.
What do you do now?
What was the quote from last time? I shoot and then I run like hell.
Yeah, that's not gonna work in small.
On slosh.
I paddle like hell. For Poppy.
Oh. Come on, guys.
You do?
Dialogue here.
Well, I guess I start trying to stealthily scout out the area that looks fresher.
Okay.
Well, did anybody look in
And
the
you're
boat
still out of the boat?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, we went through the boat, didn't we?
I did.
Yeah, you found nothing. No bones, no gear, no sign of the boats themselves.
Guess
But
I
you're
head
pretty confident
towards
it
the
was.
fresh stuff.
Alright, so you continue south.
Do I have any more endurance points?
Need a full day's rest.
Not even half a day's prorated?
We'll see if it becomes
Okay.
necessary. So,
We might
So-
get another swamp hang.
you guys are walking through, and of course you're getting through the willow trees. You know, all the stuff hanging down. The
Can we
logs
still
of the
see
willow
them?
trees and all that. Well, yeah, they're all close around. I mean, every now and then, nobody goes more than 20 feet from the boat. So, because it's dark. And are you guys anything for light sources? It's getting a little darker.
I can see. But you
Okay.
can't.
Can I have a
You still have your lantern.
lantern? How about if I light the lantern but make it hooded?
Okay.
Like
Something.
point in the direction of where they're going so
Alright.
they can have some light.
Kind of the prow of the boat.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Continue on for a while.
No, that was the brown hornet.
The brown horn.
Did
Alright,
you ever watch
everybody
that?
roll an awareness check. And we want to go in order from Katie around.
15 here.
20.
20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brian?
15.
Did you have any sixes or anything on yours?
Nope.
Okay, can you?
None for me.
15.
15 for me.
Okay.
9.
Okay.
Gandalf rune. An 8.
Alright.
At least I didn't get Idosaur on this time.
Okay.
They should have the eye of Morgoth.
Okay.
That's awesome.
No,
Not
that-
to the first 8. That's so first.
You guys are going through a particularly dense part of moss and willow branches and stuff, kind of prying your way through.
So
You're all kind of close together because it's so dense. When each of you feels something slither around your necks
Aye.
and grab and choke. Now,
I bring my
I
axe.
grab my dagger and try to cut it.
let's see here.
Axe out for a reason. I'll chop behind you. Hey, I killed it.
You're able.
Oh, it's not.
Partly because
I'm in
you're.
the boat and it's still getting me?
No, hang on. Let me.
Okay,
You're able to because I mean, this happens even in the boat.
okay,
That
Oh,
the
it's not.
plants and stuff seem to grab around the neck and such.
okay.
But you're able to dodge under and kind of huddle under the edge of the boat and
Okay.
whack away just these hanging loops of mossy-like branchy material. But they're moving and constricting and like looping and trying to grab through these
The
loops.
tinkler's right. The tinkler's
You
right.
drop to the ground just as one tries to get you, just barely misses. It almost gets you.
Oh, there it is.
You watch him get lifted up out of the boat and up into the trees by his neck.
Hey, I'm chopping. My axe is already out.
You're out of the boat and you dodge aside, but they're coming at you, dropping loops around your neck, trying to drop, and you're trying to bat them away.
I
And
draw
you
my
see
sword
the other
and
two, Ahir and Erlin, also get lifted up by their necks up into the trees, being lifted. They don't immediately disappear from sight, but they're being lifted straight up by their necks.
My axe is still out, so.
Party mark 2.
Roll a quick riddle,
Oh, okay.
all of you.
Okay. If I don't get a Gandalf room, I'm trying to get it.
This is not life or death. This is just see if you guys remember something from the beginning of this campaign.
2 great successes.
Oh, the Hobbit knows what's
Total
going on.
of
9 plus 12 is
okay, 21.
21.
Okay, so excellent,
Gandalf rune and a 5.
excellent,
14.
good enough.
And the elf is closed.
Okay, so you don't remember, but you three all remember a rhyme of lore recited by one of the old lake men. Remember when you guys were up at the lake then? And explicitly mentioning hang on.
The octopus.
How long have you
Go.
been
On my life.
How long has he been
I
on?
just noticed.
Oh, left hand.
There's a good line from Princess Bride too where it says, but you don't know.
The mentioning of the wood of hanging trees. A little tale about that you guys remember the woodman. As this is happening, you're like, oh, that story. They meant literally hanging trees. You thought it was a metaphor or something, you
So
know,
can I?
where a lot of people have been hung or something. Not the trees are actually trying to hang you with a
Since
hangman's
my
noose.
one-handed axe is out, can I chop my head off?
Because you failed to failness, you were with awareness. You were taken by surprise. By it. That's what that awareness check was about. So, those who are, what is your fatigue score?
You mean endurance?
No, your fatigue score.
Fatigue.
Fatigue is your equipment gives you fatigue.
Your encumbrance. Fatigue should be at the bottom of your endurance there. Looks like people didn't calculate it.
I'm 0.
Yeah, see, that can't be because you have equipment and everything.
You have
You
the
have to add
heaviest
up your
equipment.
gear. So, for example, leather shirt
18.
is a 4, your buckler is a 1,
I don't have a buckler.
summer clothes is a 1. I know, I'm just giving examples.
Yeah, an 18.
Male shirt
It's
is
an
a
18.
12. Okay, 18. So you lose endurance equal to 18. What was your endurance? What's your endurance
25.
now? Okay, so you're still conscious. Now you need to roll an athletics check.
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
I have bad athletics.
Okay, well,
Well, you didn't have a snake drop on you.
this is called gallows weed.
I only have full endurance.
Yeah, I think we need to do some weeding.
At least those who remember the story know.
Lovely and 8.
Okay. So he's dangling by his neck. And the other two. Let's see. So, okay. So, I didn't calculate. Okay. 3, 6. Ooh, he's gonna get hit hard.
Especially
Oh,
I'm
that's not
conscious
good.
next round. It's lovely.
Party mark 2.
Actually, my gear's not even on me except for my armor and axe.
All right. So they get athletics check. Out here in Erland struggle and thrash around and try to pull the loops free and do not, as they are pulled higher up into the trees. They're now about 8 feet up from where they were, which actually puts them kind of level with the, like their feet are level with the boat, the top of the boat.
Got a big
And they're right by the boat. I mean, you could practically jump out and grab them if you had to, but it would probably be bad for their necks. So you're down in the muck, dodging these
Actually, I'm
tendrils
gonna
swooping
see
over
if
you.
I can climb
The boat?
the ropes without getting tangled.
So you're gonna try to. They're not ropes. They're gallows.
Okay.
They're
What I want
loops
to-
of branches.
What
and
I want
such.
to do is draw my sword, see if I
Okay.
can climb up the branches or whatever it is to
Okay.
get to the people.
Right,
who
they're
are-
not branches. They're loops of weed-like material.
Right. I want to see if I can climb that up without getting tangled in it.
Weird stuff. That's for sure.
And get within range of our party members who are hanging like fruit.
Pluck the fruit. You mean your nimbleness?
I am nimble, and I have
Sure, you can
athletics.
get the dwarf.
All right, you're gonna need a pretty high roll for that to
I have
accomplish
nimble.
something like that. So what does that do exactly?
By the way,
Yes.
Pause. Sorry.
what a lore. It wouldn't be lore. The elves. Is he
He's an elf.
a woodland elf?
Yes.
He know how to calm.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, whether there's anything he would know.
I do have lore.
Unfortunately,
I failed
the
my
riddle check he didn't remember.
There's skills.
What's your wits?
My wits are a 5, and I have lore as a specialty as a scholar.
Yeah, I understand that.
And I
But it
should
occurred to you all too late.
I should get a turn to react to these lines attack.
Well, we'll get there in a minute. Poppy, what do? You had your initial physical reaction, trying not to choke to death. And that didn't go well.
Is there anything for me to shoot at?
It's basically shooting trees. There's lots to shoot at. You have no idea what's going to do much good.
Alright.
You know, I'm better with a bow than I am with an axe or with my short sword, and I'm too short to reach to cut anybody down.
Okay.
Like arrow on fire.
Although there is a little mast in the middle of the boat, too. But
Oh, well, that would help.
you guys aren't using the sail right now, but there's just a mast with the sail.
Okay. Does it have anything?
It's
Is it?
climbable.
It's
easy-
a climbable
easy to climb.
mast?
Oh yeah, it's easy to climb.
And would it put me in range to?
You could leap off of it and you'd be parallel with that, yeah.
Well, if I
or
left-
a little above, actually.
Nimble
Well,
is your movements are sure and sorry.
Okay.
I don't want to. If I leap off of it, then I leap into the trees, or
Yes.
I grab onto one of my compatriots, and that would
Right.
probably pop their necks right off.
Grab up while you're it's pretty risky.
I don't want to get into the trees.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they're dropping all these little dangly
Yeah.
things all over.
no.
And now you're just staying low and batting them away.
And I'm nervous of burning my dear companions if I start a forest fire.
So,
So I'm gonna try and shoot at the ropey things holding my friends, shoot above their heads.
All right. Which one are you going for? The dwarf, Erland, or Ahir?
Around
All
my
right.
fellowship focus.
All right. That makes sense.
Gandalf,
Nice.
8, 9.
Okay.
Once again,
So
the Hobbit
not
producer-
a great success or anything, but you take a bead and take a shot at the loop above his neck, and you don't hit him, and you cut through a piece of it, and it breaks some of it loose from him pretty easily. It looks like it's actually it's strong ropey material, but it looks like it's pretty easy to cut through because your bow kind of slashed through it, and it gave him a moment to gasp. It did not cut him completely free, though. What is your damage? So.
Which damage?
With
Just
the
the
bow,
level?
it's just a 3, right?
No, it's 5.
5,
If you're
okay.
lucky, you can-
Well, you almost cut him free. Not quite. There's a little strand holding him, but gave him a little bit of breathing room.
Oh, my ranged damage is 7. Sorry.
Okay, you cut him free.
Sorry, I
He
was just.
falls into the swamp. Big squishy sound into the fin. All right.
Squishy
So you knocked Erland free, which is good. He's gasping for breath now. And now that they're dangling at him, he's batting them away. And realizing now that you're aware of it, they're really not that hard to avoid if you keep batting them away. The problem is they just suddenly started. All right.
Nimble description isn't particularly helpful.
Do tell.
Your movements are sure and agile. That's the
Okay.
entirety of it.
Okay. So you want to try something like an athletics check, and then if you get a great or outstanding success, you can have a lot of leeway in what you do.
Cartwheels.
That's useful.
Cartwheels up.
Okay. Athletics check.
Yep. I mean, what are you're trying to jump up into there, right?
I'm trying to climb them up and,
Right.
and
And
draw my sword.
Who are you trying to get to, Ahir
the
or
guy,
the dwarf?
the guy who's still up. Well,
Ahir
Ahir's
and the
closer.
dwarf are still, yeah, Ahir's closer
If I could
to
get
you.
both of them, I'd try it. I'll
Ahir's
go for-
closer to you.
I'll go for Ahir
All right.
first.
Slayer is the one not being saved.
You're tough.
No, I'm
Ooh,
really
you
not.
might be glad. You might be glad it wasn't you.
What'd you do?
I Sauron.
Never mind. I'm fine.
What's your total?
8.
Okay.
Because the Sauron.
Is that a cold shot?
Yeah.
That was an
It
attempt
might as
at
well be.
athletics, and he just failed. So you're scrambling up, and a loop gets around your neck. Yanks you up into, and you see him get yanked.
I
up
just
by the
look
neck.
at him
Okay, roll your athletics check for that.
with laughter.
Me?
Yes, just to see how choked you
If
get.
you could laugh, since you don't have any air to breathe.
Oh, my nose does.
Oh, that's a little bit better. I got a T.
Okay,
Uh,
so
Yeah, next.
12, 13, 14.
this
15,
round,
16.
what's your current fatigue?
15.
What's your current endurance?
24.
You just lost 15 endurance.
That feels like
And the
that's
next
not
round,
good.
you
That
will
puts
get.
me in
Mine's 5.
You have 20. 15.
He has not automatic success, you know.
What?
Because you got rolls. Oh, never mind. You
For
rolled
some reason, I don't know
Sign
what
of
it
Sauron.
This is the
No,
second
but
athletics
the first
check.
one, I know. So this round, you lose the 15
What?
endurance.
Right.
The next
Plus
round-
15 is 30.
You said you had 20. 15 endurance.
I
You
could.
have 24 endurance. Oh, you already had 6
Oh,
missing?
that makes sense.
I think that was from a previous battle.
Okay, so you had 24 endurance.
That's actually
You lost 15.
Yeah, but I have 15 from equipment.
No. Okay, you have 15 fatigue. You have 24 endurance. You, from being strangled, have lost 15 now endurance. That still leaves you 9 endurance.
Okay.
The next round, you will be able to break free because of your athletics check.
Okay.
All right? So you'll have 9 endurance left. So it goes minus 15 to that. Don't erase the 24.
Oh, no.
Just, yeah, minus 15 to your endurance. Okay. Dwarf, roll your athletics.
Give me a chance to at least attack the things. That's
Just
why
roll your
I
athletics quickly to see if you break free.
Fail.
This is what it's related
told
to.
you.
Okay, well don't have, hey, come on.
No, it's a
Don't have a
guarantee.
bad attitude.
It is a guarantee fail.
Don't have a bad
Not necessarily.
Okay, meanwhile, what are you doing, Grimborald?
Looking up
It's
his
still the
fatigue
same
score.
round, I just was checking
Yeah,
on
his
that.
fatigue score.
There's endurance, so that was 6. Pretty risky. Because
Yeah.
what's your fatigue?
I call out encouraging comments.
I'm not going up there. That's certain death for me. Good job, keep going, come on, hey, way to break free. Oh, I'm sorry you got snagged. Come on, you can do it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I actually want to inspire if possible.
Okay,
Inspire.
that's a special move.
Yep.
Okay, what to do?
I think it's just basically.
Doesn't it give people hope back? Does this count under a canopy awards?
Mhm.
Are we technically under in a woods? I'm supposed to be favored because of the folk of the dusk thing, but
We're on Merkwood.
Favored,
I'd be using my favorite stats.
does that apply even in areas of shadow?
It,
Again, that only applies after you fail and you want to apply a hope point.
Oh, no.
I think I'm gonna have to here.
No. It is not really meant to be. It's more like with your actions, not your words. Like leading
Okay.
them on, and
Yeah.
you charge and people follow.
Ah, right. Yeah, you're not exactly inspiring right now.
You're in the back.
You're in the bottom of the boat. Get away from me, get away from me.
I have a title for you. Hindmost.
Thank you.
All right. So you're doing your best you can to keep from being lynched. And again, once you're aware, it's pretty easy unless you jump into the thick of it and mess up.
I have my dagger out though to try
Okay.
to put away any.
All right, they easily cut through. All right. So let's check. Okay, so Erlen broke free. Ahir is still dangling and loses another. So, oh, he's pretty tough. Oh wait, he was already.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't heal him, so let me.
Actually, what I did is subtracted my encumbrance.
He's
Basically, I
almost
took away from my
unconscious.
endurance points.
Okay, we'll go for him then.
Well, I'm trying to reach him, but
All right, it is the next round.
can I reach? him
I'd
with a
typically
sword-
actually be at
reach
25.
the vine that's holding him with a sword stroke?
Not from where you are down. You need to get up on the boat or something.
I climbed up. I thought.
You jumped up. You tried jumping
Oh,
up.
and then I had to get loose.
And you
Okay.
get hung, and you're dangling right now. This round you're breaking free, and you're gonna plunk down into the muck.
Take away.
That's what's happening to you this round. This round is spent you trying to break your neck free, and then you
Okay.
fall into the muck.
I know, because is it the weight of hanging that would take away?
Yes,
Yes,
it takes away endurance.
Here,
I
That was my turn.
Based on
Brendan,
So it's all your encumbrance points. I think.
Erland, who is getting up out of the muck. Okay, Erland is scrambling up. I'm just looking at the wit scores.
Yeah, that's
Erland is scrambling up the side of the boat to try to get a better position.
that.
Okay.
What? Hang on. Wait your turn. If that's
You just
okay.
had a question.
It's a question
Oh, okay.
about surviving.
Yes.
So for encumbrance, do you take it away from your endurance score just by in general?
The fatigue he's talking about. Because he's hanging. Is that what he's?
No, there's a thing that happens when your fatigue is higher than your endurance. That's where you start to get weariness and
Oh,
stuff
okay.
like that.
No, I'm talking about when I have.
In your case, well, you're not going to lose another full fatigue. If you fail this
It's
round,
just-
you're going to lose 3 more fatigue, 3 more endurance.
What I'm saying is, I have my gear. It doesn't take away from my endurance and its existence in general. Not one besides when I'm hanging.
You mean like throwing your gear off of you?
No.
I don't understand.
So as a general, just sort of my general existence with gear.
No,
on
it doesn't take away from your endurance at all.
Oh, so I'd be at 25 endurance. I'm right.
That was the. That's what I was trying to calculate. I was thinking that your encumbrance subtracted from your endurance for things like
Yeah.
this, and then wounds piled on top of that.
I think the confusion had to do with when they were dangling, whether the fatigue.
Yeah,
was
no,
subtracted?
it doesn't. The fatigue doesn't normally subtract from your endurance. What it does is a high fatigue means it's easier for you to get weary when your endurance. If your endurance falls below that fatigue, then you become weary. That's
fatigue is
danger.
the number of
That's
total
the
encumbrance
threshold.
points, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the threshold. But
Okay.
it doesn't subtract from your total
Okay, so
fatigue.
it's a threshold.
Yes, it's a threshold.
Okay.
Except in this instance where it's used to calculate how
Damage.
much endurance you lose, yeah, from being choked and such.
Well, and you're carrying
all that
as
weight,
being-
exactly,
halfway chance
because
of
it's by your
slicing.
neck.
Well.
So,
Off in the soup.
roll an athletics check to see whether you
gonna
take
fail,
3 more
so
points or
I'll
not.
cheat.
Well, you never know if you get a G rune.
Yes, but
Could
his
be
turn
some
isn't
negative.
yet.
What's that?
His turn isn't yet.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. It's in the right one.
One
Sorry.
chance.
The question. Okay, sorry. Poppy.
Off in the soup.
So I'm gonna try and shoot a here down.
Okay.
12, 14,
14.
yeah.
That is a hit. Damage is.
7.
7 for range.
That's enough to cut him loose. He
Damage or
into
your
the
hero
muck.
damage.
Just normal straight damage with the bow.
That's
He
good.
plunks down into the muck while Erlen has climbed up the side. You break out, you get it noose off of your neck. You can either drop down to the muck or try to hang on where you're
I'm
hanging.
gonna try and hang on in Tarzan.
All right, roll your athletics to keep from dropping.
Wish I had those athletics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but without his rolls.
12.
9, 10,
Already got a
11,
sour
12.
All right, a 12.
12.
You can't quite hold on to the undulating, and you drop into the muck. But it's a controlled fall. You don't hurt
Okay.
yourself or
Help.
anything.
In the muck, you can help drag the unconscious here into the boat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, now your athletics check.
Can I have my chance to slice diamonds?
Well, let's do the athletics check first. See if you pass out or not.
Ooh.
What'd you get? Did you get a G rune?
13 with a T.
But not
Not a
I have
Gandalf,
no
but
G
it's 13 with a successful
13.
great success.
Okay, so no, that's not. You needed one more
I know.
point.
You could spend a health point.
You lose 3. Oh, you could. Yeah, you could spend a hope point. That would change it.
Because he's close enough.
Yeah, if you do that, it means you'll free yourself.
Okay.
And you got the T rune on there, so get a little descriptive in how you break free. Narrate it.
It lets go when I fall in the boat.
No, it's not going to just let go. It's what
Fine.
you do.
I bite it.
You bite it. Dwarf tears it apart with his teeth.
Or my beard bites it.
Okay, well, you be descriptive. You're the narrator.
My beard gets all caught up. Okay, fine. I just bite it.
Okay, you see the dwarf finally break through. You describe it. Tell them what they.
I bite it through it and
Okay,
fall.
all right. You
Into
plop
the-
back down onto the boat.
And I hide under
You
the
got spitting out.
part with a roof.
You're spitting gallowweed out of your mouth.
I'm also crawling into
How would
the
that taste in
roof.
a stew?
It's pretty nasty. Quite nasty indeed. All right.
At least as nasty as that. Soda.
Yes.
Maybe I should try some of that.
There's still 2 left. You're welcome to it.
All right. That's 10 o'clock. What do you guys do as far as, I mean, we can continue on, but at this point now you're aware, you're able to bat away the.
I'll draw my.
And they're
I
easy to
think-
chop.
Can I throw?
I'm trying to clear an area around us.
Okay. What's that?
Can I throw a flaming lantern and it will make those things catch fire?
Don't throw it though.
It will break a lantern if you throw it.
Here's the question though. Can
Yes.
we take kind of that idea, but I'm thinking it might be a
We could
good
do
idea
torches.
if we take we have these lanterns, right? But we also have wood that we could use because we've got some for along. I think
Aren't the lanterns oil powered?
well they are, but the thing is we can soak. We've got bandages. We could soak some of the bandages.
So
Around
while you're
trees.
discussing this, he starts chopping away just in wide swaths. And as soon as he starts just taking out like 5 or 10 at a time, they all start to pull up out of the way.
Okay.
So it seems to hurt when you're chopping that many of them.
Right.
It doesn't like it and start, and every now and then you'll see a group try to drop down and whack it when it pulls
So
back up.
I'm gonna start soaking the bandages in oil and applying them to wood, and have fire ready.
Okay. All right.
Well, you could stick that in your.
You're right. This would make sense. And lavender.
The pack.
Yeah. I'm trying one.
All right. So that's how, and it's getting towards evening.
We need to find a
At
camp
this
spot.
point.
Could we end it there before?
So you guys gonna search for a camp spot?
Yeah.
So
Yes, let's do that.
which ability is that? Both search and explore, or
I'm
what?
gonna hunt. I'd like to hunt.
Explore.
Explore
Hunting?
with me.
Could we use
Okay.
hunting for it?
I think he's actually the one the assigned
Oh,
role.
sorry.
It's all right. And he did
Nope.
miserably. Somebody else needs to
I'm
step
too busy
up. Go ahead with
chopping
your
back
hunting.
That's
Gallon.
with lavender soap.
Nice roll.
No,
Oh, except for
Not a
that.
nice roll.
I'll look for.
I'm
I'll
Okay.
search.
Roll with a sour eye.
No,
You found
up
an orc
there.
camp.
You
Can't see anything under,
terrible
guys.
spots. Nearly get lynched a few times, poking your head out of the boat.
2 great successes.
What's your total?
12, 13, 14, 15, 16,
All right,
17.
it's not great, but you find an area where the what? What are you
I
rolling?
got 13. Explore.
Okay.
That's 13 with a great success.
I had
That's not
17
enough.
and 2 great
Yeah.
successes.
So you find an area where the trees, there's no dry here, it's still fen, but you find an area where the trees actually break enough you can actually see the starlight above, and there's nothing dangling above you,
Okay.
so it's actually, and all you can do is just anchor the boat in this spot.
And sit in the boat.
Yeah, that's the best you could find in this place.
Could I try and make a controlled sort of fire that would burn the boat?
Not really. You need stone or something. Shit.
You can burn the boat down the water line.
Let's not do that.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm
This
gonna.
was great fun. I had a particularly good night.
You did.
Yeah. Wow.
You should be quite
Spider
proud of yourself.
Bane, Troll
So
Bane. I don't get the Troll Bane.
here's the lyrics to Dwarf and Orc, and then we'll play the song. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Orc was crouched on the cavern floor and kept an eye on the oaken door. For many a night he'd watched it close to see who might appear. Watched it close to see who might appear. Oh dear, see him leer? He's clutching a mighty spear. Orc was guarding a mighty stash, and any who'd come he'd have to slash. For staked on high in the cavern behind were kegs of goblin beer. Oh dear, to his rear, the goblin king kept all his beer. Dwarf was thirsty as he crawled to the oaken door on the cliff face wall. His nose had caught the scent of ale. Oh, what a sweet sensation. Elation, fixation, he's found the goblin's libation. Chorus, Dwarf and Orc, a battle not worth telling. Spear or cork, with which should ye be assailing? Just pop a dwarf on the head with a cork, and see if his axe don't sing. Just take that axe upon your skull, and see if your head don't ring. With his axe he smote the place, but no surprise on the goblin's face. Whilst guarding, he just helped himself and drank all the goblin king's brew. Oh, boo, what to do? He's got himself into a stew. The door came crashing in on Orc, who traded his spear for a beer to uncork. His drunken smile was soon replaced as dwarven axe did cleave that face. What a case of disgrace, the dwarf was king of the place. So in the dark he felt around, but nothing intact was to be found. The bottles smashed, the kegs all dry, the Orc had drunk the lot. Found it not such a sot, and deserving of what he had got. Alright, so that's, because it's kind of hard to understand the lyrics exactly. So this is all done, this whole album, Glasshammer does as though they were in the Inn of the Prancing Pony, in Brie. And there's actually like one of the early pieces you hear, who was the spy there, the half-orc spy and stuff, you hear a little conversation happen, like, they're from the Shire, hobbits from the Shire. Wait here, I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. And he leaves, right? So they act out what is implied. And so you hear all these people just carousing and everything and having a grand old time. This is one of the songs.
That's a nice story.
This doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, mine does. Should be done instead of just like stereotypes. I just bumped it. Oops.
I wonder how one soda was worse. It was a diet cream soda. Safe with
That's the dwarf singing that part. Wailing. Wailing, it's your turn.
It'd be awesome if they actually included that in
Yeah,
a scene from like
yeah,
the next two Hobbit movies.
yeah, it would have been nice, but
It's a good song.
yeah,
It's very believable as a
as a beer, as a
song.
drinking song, yeah. And again, with a better speaker system, there's more dynamic to it, but it's a lot of fun. So the whole album, or half the album is like that. It's the Middle Earth album by Glass Hammer. And it's just that town setting. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, do we need to take a picture here, or I guess
Nope,
it's not
no,
really.
it's not.
It's
You're
all.
not gonna, yeah, it's all resolved.
I did get a picture of your miraculous shot,
Oh, thank you.
so I'll have to include that in the tale worth telling.
Is Brandon still?
Probably.
Brennan.
Right.
Can I-
No, G.
Can I borrow this, or
Go ahead. Feel free.
Brennan?
I didn't find a
Are you getting time to read it to kind of familiarize
I'm
yourself?
trying
with it?
to, yeah.
It's more than I
time
can
I
say.
have. Yeah, for sure.
Well, you can see why this system just wears you down. That's how long it takes to do it. Yeah, exactly. In a bad shadowland area, it's much harder to use this once you get down low.
Well, if we can find one small safe haven.
Right?
They don't recycle. It pays me.
Well, we don't get money for it.
No.
Twice. In California you can, but here no. So I don't recycle. I'm selfish that way. I like money. Money's good. I will down the street tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wake at 10.
All this grass is reused.
I don't know if you guys, I stay up till 2.
Yeah, I do too.
Let's see, is there any more out there? So, nope.
Brian, are you taking the curry with you, or do you want to feed your family with it, or?
Sure.
I don't know. Do you Terry? Is my cooking trustworthy?
Better than your aim. And I'm the Bjorn, I should know about the
I should know about the cooking. I'm a dwarf who has 4 ranks in crafting, which I can just use to cook. Which me and Brian both agree on. They don't have anything.
You sure
We
about
were
that?
going through different skills to see how it would be, and craft seemed a little more violent. Maybe we looked at a couple more, but hunting.
Let me check, see if Nate ever replied.
It's like, Drake, it's like a 5 gig footprint.
Oh, and did I tell you guys about the EMP, in Seattle? The
convention you
Experience Music Project? That's
Oh.
right.
I've been there.
Not
Yeah.
the electromagnetic.
Experience Music Project. We went there last year or 2 years ago. 3 years ago? How long was that? It was a long time ago.
Paul Allen's little green town.
So we went there, and yeah.
It might have been 4 years ago because we were.
It was brand new then.
No, because it would have been 3.
Yeah, I think 2.
I think only 2?
Yeah, I only was longer
Okay.
than that. 'Cause
It was late in my brain.
So anyway, their next theme is this whole myths and fantasy theme, and they have actual handwritten manuscripts of the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings from Tolkien himself. There.
Oh, I know it.
His tongue was like everywhere.
Mandy was found dead in her apartment.
What?
It was like,
No.
Like one of my best friends in Seattle. My wife Shauna was visiting Mandy when she arrived in her apartment. She was unable to get the door open, and Mandy was not answering her text. The supervisor opened her apartment door, and Sean found Mandy in bed face down and was already cold. And then the examiner came up. We were wondering if we know who her doctors are, so we thought we would check with you. Sean is now staying with my sister. We appreciate your help in this matter. They want to check notes. I can't believe it was true. Thank you. I can't even believe it. I'm just shocked. Yeah, and the mail just came. And I'm gonna call you.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Hi, this is Katie Coonan. I just got your email about finding Mandy dead, and I'm shocked. I can't believe it's even true. My phone number is 206-954-1984. That's 206-954-1984. I'm so very sorry. Thank you for letting me know. Call me if there's anything I can do. I was just about to call her today. And I, thought about it and I got busy and didn't, but I was planning on calling her tomorrow. I'm just sorry. She didn't say Harper was in town. She might have told me that it was coming to town, but I don't remember. Usually she talks about that because of what I did to her rash. Oh my God. That's so horrible, but it didn't sound like this movie. I mean, they sent me 2. They sent me one. They just replied to an old mail. Noting her house in Spanish. Yeah. And then there was a second mail. They must be true because her parents would spoof me, and I can't imagine.
You can't think of a virus that would specifically have that
Yeah.
specific.
And that's
Need to talk to.
gonna put a damper on her sister's wedding. I know that Mandy had a seizure disorder. So that's the only thing I can think of. Because she wasn't suicidal, she was interviewing with Twitter. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah. Yeah. Hello. Yes. Oh, hello. Thank you for calling me back. I'm sorry it's so late, but I just got the message. How horrible. Do they know what happened? Was it a seizure? Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. I mean, I just saw her last week and she was not suicidal. Yeah. So, the only thing I could think of was a seizure because, she's never, in all of the time I've known her, she's never been suicidal, and she was just interviewing with Twitter, and things seem to be going well. She said that she had an interview to work for Twitter. She had a phone interview maybe 2 weeks ago now. I saw her a couple of days afterwards, and she was waiting to hear if she was going to have an in-person interview. Yes. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Are you staying at her apartment or are you in a hotel? Okay. I think it's Swedish and Ballard, but I don't know who her doctor is. I believe that she was. I mean, we haven't talked about it recently, but the last time we, talked about it, she was taking her meds regularly. Pardon? It was probably a year ago that we last talked about it. Yeah, I mean, we're both on medications that we take regularly, and so, that came up in conversation. We commiserated on the fact that we both have to take medication regularly, but we haven't really talked about it, aside from that conversation. Pardon? Last year, what? Well, my memory could be bad. It could be as long ago as 2008. It doesn't feel that long. Yeah, but it's been 10 years and my memory kind of fades. I'm so sorry.
Let me know when it will be. I presume it will be in Texas. Okay, let me know because I definitely want to come. Well, I know that Keith Bernard would want to know. I can contact him. I will contact Keith. And I know he had a couple of friends down in Mexico, but